Two, 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 two. Uh.
So look, did you take issue with what she had on? And do you think people are going to really
You ready? I'll cut that light on over there in the corner. That Jones. I get it, cause you ain't gonna. I got it. Uh. Uh. You ready? Hit that. All right, so something that was a story that was picking up right before we ended last week, and I was mad that we literally, as soon as we cut off the podcast equipment last week, it was a picture floating around of Dr. Cheyenne Bryan, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm so disappointed in just I ain't see a bunch of men, of course, outside of Corey Holcomb, and I'll play his clip real quick, but I do think realistically we just gotta be honest sometimes about just some men just don't like women at all, or just got a hate and a despise, and I know that they had their little back and forth, and they was throwing shade at each other, I guess, via Cam Newton's podcast when they both went on there. But I just like there's no way to me as you can be a straight man and you seen that picture of Dr. Cheyenne Bryan and felt some type of way that you felt like you was wanted to give back some type of negative pushback or some type of negative feedback. Cause I was like, I never follow her because I'm just y'all know I'm really not super into all the like the super relationship podcasts or the relationship takes like them like they like if I see them or they interviewing with somebody that I already like when she did Cam Newton Jones when she did Shannon Sharp Jones. I watched them, but I'm just not like literally about to, hey, I'm gonna go follow her. But she came down on threads literally right out. I'm talking about literally right after we was recording. She came down on threads and I seen that Jonah, that picture of her, and I had to go hit the instant follow because it's like, and I think even for her, I think just for people in general, I'm somebody who kind of like, yeah, I'm hard on if I see people talking and because sometimes I'll judge how people look. So for her to even get that look off the kind of to me, I'm seeing people give her pushback and sit here and say it unvilify it solicits the I guess the takes that she kind of put out there. I kind of feel like her takes hit 100 times harder now. Did you see that? Dog, she can come out, step outside, and really get people attention. She can get what she want. Like she ain't just talking like some woman who can't get dudes or it's hard for her to get men. You seen that picture, and that picture went OD viral to make people feel some type of way. So I can sit here and stand firmly of the seeing that picture, Cheyenne Bryan. She can say whatever she wants and she can walk it like she's talking because there's no man to me again if you are a straight man and you actually like women there's nothing you could see besides like damn she look good as hell like I'm not gonna lie to you I was like geeking when I seen that picture I'm like damn and then and I first when I think I because we was just finished recording so I looked at it and I ain't really get into like all the slides and seeing that she had multiple pictures and multiple angles I'm like oh yeah she went crazy but again like I said I think sometimes just on the internet even for somebody like Corey Holcomb, I think sometimes you know that there's a large space of men who just hate women on the internet and a lot of women who kind of dislike other women who's like super just even popular. I think just you see that when you talk about Meg Thee Stallion, you talk about other women. Sometimes I think women who kind of are super attractive and people pay them a lot of attention, or they already kind of like got a lot of popularity. You'll see a lot of men who hate them, and then you'll see a large pocket of women who also don't have that same type of admiration for these women. So I do want to play a couple of clips and I'll even play Corey Holcomb's Joan, but it's just like I just be like, even when I hear him talk some a lot of times about women, it'd be like, bro, I don't know who hurt you or what you got going on or why you be just like, but again, I know it's just a large community of people who just they'll champion that type of behavior, and which is sad. You don't hear that? And it just stopped now.
take her seriously if she continues this and keeps this up? I'm one of those people who believe you should dress how you feel. However, I do believe that that comes with some limitations, some stipulations, and some right place, right time type mentality. And in my opinion, wrong place, wrong time. If she was just a regular chick, Online, nobody would have nothing to say. But because she's online and she's telling people how to feel, she's calling out people's traumas and telling people how to deal with their emotions. This to me will make people not believe her, will make people stop listening to her, will make people not take her serious. First of all, the dress code was formal. That's not formal. And I see women online like, oh, she looked good and stop hating because she did that. It's not hate. She created the image that people see her as. So she gonna have to take the criticism that come with it. My podcast co-pilot said it's giving Grammys. I said it's giving Source Awards. The criticism she receiving on the internet, all her fault. So I did it for old boy. I'm gonna do it for her too. Is there a certain way you are supposed to dress after you get a certain age? Look, I ain't got a leg to stand on because I know I'll post a bikini picture in a heartbeat. But I'm also not online being a doctor and telling people how to feel. The image that she created is the one that she should walk in. So how you feel about this outfit choice that she had at this Jeezy concert? And do you think people are going to continue to take her seriously?
And this is my point with that, where it just sounds, just to me, where it's kind of just sounds stupid. It's like, she went to a Jeezy concert. I don't care what the dress code of Jeezy try to make y'all put your formal wear. Even I think he has kind of pulled back a little bit on that, not compared to when he was going to cities, because I've seen him perform at that same exact show. He had a t-shirt on. Like, so I don't think he even, because when he was doing them, Justin, he was going city to city. He the whole time he was staying in a suit. Or in a tuxedo, whichever one he was wearing. He's not staying in that same thing. But just sitting here to say, like, because she's a online relationship coach, did that mean that she's supposed to sit here and dress like a nun? She's not a pastor. So that's my only thing where I'm seeing is that people are so hypocritical and people be so judgmental. It's like, bro, she's not nobody pastor. She's somebody online. You met Cheyenne Bryant via social media. So what is the image that she put up to herself that she's not be able to come outside with a see-through dress on? Like, that to me just don't make no sense. Like, I'm lost on how people sit here and making it seem like, if this was, let's be clear, if this was Sarah Jakes, I get it. I will understand. I will be with y'all. But bro, this is Cheyenne Bryant. Like, literally, she was literally just on Club Shay Shay. What are y'all talking about? Like, you seen her on the Breakfast Club. You seen her on Cam Newton. Like, what? Tell me what you, and I think that's what, again, when you sit here and saying, I think the people are trying to put her in a box. She goes on Black Spaces, and she goes in Black Spaces that deal with a lot of like hard and NIG. Like, what are we talking about? Like, that's the kind of just mind-boggling to me. Like because now you seen her in a see-through dress, I'm not supposed to take her information that she giving serious. Like, what? Like that? What sense do that make? And I think that's one of the worst. And that's something that maybe in my mind state when I was a kid, I used to think like that, where it's like, you don't want to sit here and take financial advice from an older man who may look like he a drunk or he a unk or something. But realistically, he be giving you some of the best advice in your life. And you realistically should have listened to him, because he was giving you real game, but you was judging him because he wasn't well put together. So you sitting here trying to, like, but y'all are grown. These are grown people sitting here trying to pass judgment because she literally had a see-through dress on to go see Jeezy. This ain't like, she ain't sit here and be like, oh, I'm going to the Mariah Carey Christmas joint. Like, bro, this is a Jeezy concert. Jeezy first song for that Thug Motivation, the first song out the door, I hit the kitchen lights, it was cockroaches everywhere. Now I hit the kitchen lights, it's marble floors everywhere. What are we talking about, dog? Like, when people are like, it's a time and a place, what's the place besides for somebody who's literally the whole entire concert is telling you about his trials and tribulations of selling cocaine? Like, make that make sense to me. Like, I'm lost. Like, what are we talking about, dog? This is Jeezy. Literally, the very first words that come out of his mouth soon as this concert started is, I used to hit the kitchen lights, it was cockroaches everywhere. Now I hit the kitchen lights, it's marble floors everywhere. What are we talking about, dog? Tell me what's the perfect, like, I'm just be lost. Like, sometimes y'all just be on here just talking and complaining and trying to police people and trying to, like, bro, even if I stopped listening to Cheyenne Bryant, if I was one of those people, guess what I'm not about to go do? Listen to some woman who's sitting here telling me, oh, she should go put some clothes on. Like, what? No, what are we talking about? Like, that's like, but let me play a little bit of this Corey Holcomb. I really don't want to play it, but I'm just gonna play some of it because he just be like, bro, is you cool?
Just that outfit is an act of desperation.
Yeah,
and any woman of respectability knows that.
It just don't match with how she's been promoting herself to me.
How? What does she promote herself otherwise? This is the picture I was waiting on. This picture is a precautionary tale.
That's a lot of has-been bitches. Well, no.
That's you. I'm glad you said it before I did.
Yeah.
This picture is what you don't want to be at their age. And I love Claudia Jordan, but I'm just keeping it real, man. I look at the women in this picture and I'm like, I can't believe they would take a picture together.
And Tracy Edmonds doesn't look bad.
Tracy Edmonds, she dressed cool. She's a beautiful woman.
Darlene, which one is Tracy Edmonds?
In the middle.
One in the center. That's
right.
Not too bad.
She a real baller.
And then
why you think she in the middle? That's what I'm trying to say.
Tracy Edmonds is a boss motherfucker.
The woman on the end.
So I meant no disrespect there, yeah.
These are all women who could not hold down a home with a man. Yeah. Now, did I say something wrong? Every woman in that picture is not able to be with a man, and the nakedest bitch got all the answers if you let her tell it. Is she the nakedest bitch on the picture? Shame.
You know what? Stop.
That's
yeah,
that's
no,
crazy.
but where were they? What were they attending? My lord.
That's the concert.
A bust down.
What
This
do
is
you
a
mean?
bust down Jubilee.
Zaytoven or Jeezy had a concert.
Oh.
He had an orchestra
concert.
there, right? I think he had an orchestra playing all his songs, which was dope. I seen the highlights. That's a fire ass idea. Shout out to Jeezy, but yeah.
The point I'm trying to make, I look at all of the silicone in that picture, and all I'm saying to you is this.
Yeah.
Our young girls coming up don't need this as an example of how grandmama's supposed to be.
Tracy Edmonds is dressed cool, Corey. That ain't too bad.
Pretty.
Who are you talking about? The bitch chest out. We have become so trained in society, a woman can leave the house half naked and you'll be like, that's respectable.
Hilarious.
So if that's your woman, you want her in public like that.
Dr. Bryant probably 46, 47.
Why do you think she's not over 50? Because she said it?
No, I'm going off looks. She looks good. So whatever.
She about 45, 46.
I was thinking early
I don't know.
40s.
I'm just guessing. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm not against y'all. I'm just saying, you don't know her age because she lie about damn near everything she say when she open her mouth.
Again, like I said, if you listening to Corey Holcomb, he just sound like a man who just like you kind of bitter. And maybe these women who are realistically in your age group and your tax bracket who won't look a time of day under your junk. Like I be here, and this is just me personally as a man when I hear other men talk like this. And y'all know sometimes I can just put my gay radar on. You're not an attractive man. If I go under your post, it's gonna be a bunch of women sitting here like, oh, he's so sexy. Yes, Corey. Oh, talk to him, daddy. It's never going to be that. So it's like I gotta take what you saying at a grain of salt because you just sound like a nigga who just butthurt that you can't. These women who are your age, who are financially stable and who got some motion and got life going on for themselves, and they can still have some form of sex appeal. You just sound like you hurt and you mad that they not sitting here looking like Mother Teresa. Again, they're at a Jeezy concert for the name of an album. Like, what are we talking about, dog? The name of the album is Thug Motivation. This ain't a Kirk Franklin concert. Like, I don't know why people acting like this is Kirk Franklin. Just because Jeezy put a goddamn orchestra behind him, the music or the lyrics of what he talking about is still selling drugs. What the hell are we talking about, dog? But he sit here trying to throw shots at a whole group of women who would never look twice at this nigga. Like, what the fuck are we talking about, dog? Like, Corey Holcomb got to sit here still. Like, you probably been fucking doing stand-up comedy for however long. You still got to go fucking into, like, little fucking hole in the walls and sit here and perform at the same fucking spot 50 fucking times a fucking weekend. Like, what are we talking about, dog? Like, that's just my only thing. We just like, I hear what you saying and you trying to fake like you getting some shit off. You ain't getting nothing off. You just sound like a nigga who just bitter and mad that, damn, I kind of maybe had just missed my wave of getting the women that I sit here and feel like is, would be attractive to me. Like that's all. That's the only thing I can sit here and say about that. Like I'm disappointed in how, especially how many women like Corey Holcomb. I guess I just feel like he just one of them type of niggas who just be like, you hurted the world or whatever women that you wanted to get, they just wasn't checking for you. I mean, and all you got to do, dog, go to the gym, tighten it up. Like you have some form of fame. Go to the gym, work out, lose some weight, make yourself a little bit more attractive. And I'm sure you wouldn't feel this type of way that you feel towards Cheyenne Brown. Like, bro, this is a dress. She look good to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't give a damn. Like, to me, even with any of those outfits, I don't never feel like it's a time and a place for it as long as you got the body for it. If you look good, show it off. Who cares? Like, that's my only thing. Like, unless you're going somewhere where it's too crazy. Like, if you're going somewhere with some kids at, then cool, I get it. If you're going to church, cool, I get it. Like, you can't sit here and be like, oh, it's a New Year's Eve event at the church, and then you pop out with this see-through dress. Then now you're doing too much. Or you can't say, if you're going to a restaurant, I would get, even if this was at a restaurant, this would be doing too much. But at a concert in Las Vegas for grown adults, at a grown adult concert, I don't see nothing wrong with that dress. Again, I'm with y'all with the time and the place for something. If it was at a restaurant and there may be chances some kids been in, I get it. If this was at a church, I get it. If this was at somebody's birthday party and their grandma and stuff was there, cool, I get it. But at a Jeezy concert, I do not get why people are so upset. But again, like I said, niggas like Corey Holcomb, it's just a place on the internet where a lot of men like to just women bash and hide behind just like you sound to say it aggressive and use cuss words and make it seem like you tough. Like, bro, no, you just sound like a nigga who hurt. Like, I don't care nothing about what you're talking about. But again, like I said, I don't want to have to stay here and stay on that too long. I just wanted to say that Dr. Cheyenne Brown, you look good as hell. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, that picture looks so, I'm telling you, I smashed that follow button so goddamn fast. I'm talking about Cheyenne Brown looks so goddamn good. And I love Claudia Jordan. Cheyenne Brown looks so good in that dress. I didn't even know Claudia Jordan was in that picture until I'm just listening to him talk about the other women who was in that picture. Because I ain't kid. And and I know how fire Dr. Cheyenne Brown look. Jeezy didn't even want to get too comfortable in that picture because he didn't want people to see and think nothing because that's how good she looked. Like, bro, come on, sometimes we just got to stop what we're doing. Like, some of y'all just be doing too much. But again, I do want to give real quick, Erica, I want to give you a huge shout out because that goddamn, only thing I hate about shows being that good and that you can binge watch them. Like, I got an addictive personality. I could not stop. I literally watched all 2 seasons and that shit had me glued to my TV and my phone the whole entire. Whenever you said watch it, I started watching it. I could not stop watching it until that shit was over. And some shows I want to say, for people who don't know what we're talking about 61st is on Netflix. I believe what network was it already on before it got to Netflix? It had to be on like a regular.
I thought this was brand new until I looked at it. I was like, oh, it's the season 2. It came out in 2022. I didn't hear of it until it got to Netflix.
Yeah, I never heard. And that's why I stand firm on just, if you are a director or you got a TV platform or whatever, and you can find a way to get your shows on Netflix, I highly recommend. Because I even said that last year around the same exact time doing that's what he was on the CW. That's what it was originally on. So yeah, when a shout out to CW for kind of understanding their business model of, okay, we'll let it run on our show because they did it with All American during the pandemic. And I think who is it? CBS? I forgot whoever owned Queen Latifah's Equalizer, but they all do it. Just like, bro, like sometimes you got to put your pride to the side and got to know what got a bigger platform. And I'm sure you get way conversation talk, because even last year when Queen Latifah, when the video started to go viral, or the pictures was going viral, her fighting scenes, it would count because the show got on Netflix and more eyes on Netflix, so more people started to watch it. And again, shout out to Netflix. I seen even when I was going back onto the app, they started to promote some of the podcasts that they got coming. I want to say the first jump that I seen them already promoting, because I'm sure that's going to be probably the first one to come back, is the Bill Simmons one, and that's because of course his is more sports related. So I'm sure we about to be into the NFL playoff season. But again, like I said, 61st on Netflix. I do want to sit here and say, because we talk about a lot of shows is based out of Chicago. Of course, Tommy Show is based out of Chicago. The Chi, of course, is based out of Chicago. I wish I was from Chicago to give a guaranteed stamp, but I just, for my personal preference, I feel like this is the best show out of Chicago. Because it seems a lot more realistic. Of course, now you could argue the Chi has better maybe characters that you can kind of be just more fans of just that character. But we talking about just off a straight storyline and just the TV show keep me glued to the entire time where you're very invested into the characters. This 61st Joe, it just seemed just more realistic. Like it just seemed like a Chicago. They don't even have to they didn't have to go OD with the lingo or nothing with it. They threw their little shorties in here every now and then, but they didn't overdo it. Because I do feel like sometimes, like on Tommy Show, they kind of like overdo the Chicago lingo. But it's just like with this show, it's subtle. It's not too much. It's just at the right time and the right place, you'll pick up on some Chicago lingo. But I just love the fact that it was just like, it's more realistic. Like it just, to me, it seems like the everyday person could sit here and relate to these stories. And I mean, realistically, I guess that's the kind of the way the story was set up. But again, like 61st on Netflix. It's on Netflix now. Please go watch that, dog. Like that, John. I'm talking about, I'll literally watch all 2 seasons. And this is one of those shows where it's like, I'm not mad if it never is another season, because I don't know how you can come back for a season 3.
I didn't even see. I didn't get to start watching season 2, but I was trying to figure out how. I guess, but it was definitely a good show.
No, it was fire. Like I'm talking about, that show was super fire. Like I'm not even gonna hold you. It was super fire, and even the way they tied in season 2 into season 1, where it was like and I won't do no spoilers. I do want people to see it. But even just, I don't know if you remember the police. Matter of fact, the police officer who came and found his partner dead. Mm-hmm. They end up tying him into the very next season, where they sit here and gave him his own storyline now, and even to the police officer wife who died, add her into it. And I even like the fact, I don't know if you picked up on it, but even just the lawyer, the main character, he looked like Johnny Cochran.
Yeah.
Like, and just for even the way he was pulling them victories out, it was like, damn, it's so crazy that he real live really looked like Johnny Cochran, and he real live pulling out some victories that no lawyer would sit here with a right common sense of mind would sit here and take these on and sit here and think that he could pull these Jones off, and he was pulling them off. He was pulling off the super difficult victories that he had no business pulling off. He pulled all of them Jones off. So again, like I said, man, 61st on Netflix. I promise you, like if you need a good show that will literally have you glued to your phone or your TV, however you intake your TV portions or your shows you watching.
So that's why it was an AMC show originally, and they cut back on the network. So that's how we got canceled.
Well, so what's A? I seen it say AMC, but I felt like it was like a CW show. That's why when you said it, I kind of was like, it seemed like it was a CW show. Like that kind of makes sense. But even when we just sit here talking about, just like even with that girl, we played that clip last week and people complaining about it's not good black shows, where, I mean, of course, like I said, this is some show that maybe, like I said, if Erica didn't send this in the group chat and sit here and say, watch it, John, I probably would have never came. But I do think sometimes, again, when we having some of these conversations and people having these takes, even when I see people sitting here complaining, like I seen a tweet that was going viral saying, I hope nobody opening up podcast equipment. I don't take it personally because I've been podcasting, but I do think a lot of people don't take time to, like, if your only introduction to podcast is blog pages like The Shade Room or Neighborhood Talk or It's On Site or any of them, if them the clips that you looking for, look at what I just played it from On Site. They're gonna pick up the Corey Holcomb Jones. They're gonna pick up Jones to where that's why I don't take it personally, because if the only way I know of podcasts is of these pages, then yeah, I wouldn't want to hear another podcast a day in my goddamn life. But if you take time to actually become a fan of podcasts and literally trying to, especially for black people, and you don't got time to read, you should be kind of like, you should have almost damn near like a 20, maybe you have to diversify the podcast that you listen to, but you should have like a 10 to 20 jump on a week, especially if you work a regular for it, man. You should have, and you got some travel in your working too. You should have damn near 10 to 20 podcasts in your rotation to have your brain going somewhere. Because I think we be too closed off to just like, you need to defund them fucking blogs. Like the shit that I be just every time I look at these, I'm like, bro, something that y'all don't never have to worry about me. You don't have, I promise y'all, listen to what I'm telling you. You ain't got to worry. And I cussed Top and Low out today because they were sending me some shit, a group of young rappers, and their parents was celebrities already. I'm like, bro, why y'all sending me this? Like, how old are y'all niggas? Don't send me this shit. Y'all don't even listen to these niggas. Why do I give a fuck who their mother and father is? The same way, guess what I don't care about? I don't give a fuck about Casanat and his girlfriend. I'm too. I think one thing I would ask for people going into 2026, bro, act your age. Even certain conversations, dog, it should be just above you. Like, you should be just too old for that shit. I'm telling you, the conversation that I'm too old for, anything to do with any fucking stream, I don't give a fuck about that boy and that goddamn girl. I don't care about Casanat and his girlfriend. I'm too old for some of that shit. Like, I'm okay. I'm to the point where I'm like, bro, it's certain shit because y'all don't want to know about politics. You don't want to sit here and talk about Jasmine Crockett and all this other shit, but you got the brain capacity to give a fuck about Casanat and his girlfriend at 20-something years old. What are we talking about? That'd be but I think that's one of the biggest fuck ups when we talking about black people. Dog, the shit that you will make time for your brain to sit here and be able to break down, and the shit that you be like, I don't care about politics, but you give a fuck about Casanat and his girlfriend, make sense to me. And if I'm talking to people who are 30 and over, if you are 30 plus, there's no way in hell you telling me you got the brain capacity to give a fuck about Casanat and his dating relationship. A 20-year-old. But you don't know nothing about what Jasmine Crockett got going on. Man, y'all can suck my dick, dog. 2026 is certain shit. We got to draw the line with some shit. Like, come on, dog. Like, if some of the shit that kind of like trickle over that you can't avoid, like NBA YoungBoy, because y'all got kids and you got to come out of your pocket to buy them tickets, then cool. We can have those conversations because that is affecting your grown ass pockets because you got to sit here and pay or take these kids to these concerts. So let's have conversations about them. But some shit that we can absolutely avoid, I'm avoiding them fucking conversations. I don't give a fuck about what Kai got going on with that fucking little ass girl. Like, when do you even listen to it? Like, man, come on, dog, stop. What else is going on? Oh, real quick, before I do want to give a shout out, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a judgmental person, and y'all should know that by now. I do judge you if you don't have a aunt or a mother or somebody, an older black woman in your family that did not have love for this man. Happy birthday to Denzel Washington. And y'all know I don't do too many celebrity birthdays on here, but Denzel Washington is an icon in my family. I know, rest in peace to my Aunt Deborah. She loved Denzel fucking Washington, dog. Like, I'm trying to tell you, if she ever had a picture of Denzel Washington on her goddamn, when you die, your obituary would have been a picture of her and Denzel Washington. That's how much she loved Denzel Washington. So I do want to run down a quick, list of Denzel Washington movies and ask y'all, could y'all rank some of them, or which one is your favorite? Let's start off with Glory, Malcolm X, Philadelphia, Crimson Tide, Devil in a Blue Dress, Fallen, Remember the Titans, Training Day, Man on Fire, Inside Man, Deja Vu, American Gangster, Flight, The Equalizer, fencing, and what's this last one? The Tried, the Greed, and the Myth. I don't know if I've ever seen that one. Do y'all got a favorite out of any of them?
I would probably say his Equalizer movies. And then Fences.
Ooh, how the fuck they disrespect Denzel? And I had the greatest Denzel Washington movie of all times is He Got Game. I do not know how the fuck they don't got He Got Game on there.
That wasn't even about him.
Yeah.
What wasn't it?
It was about the son. I mean, he was like what was he doing that was so great in the movie that he was like the best? It was about the boy, right?
Nah, that was about both of them.
No, I think it was more so. I mean,
Denzel Washington carried that movie, dog. Y'all ain't about that. You talking? If you sitting here saying what is and the Denzel Washington and Spike Lee discography, nigga, you ain't about to see it and tell me He Got Game ain't up there. Like that ain't nothing to just sneeze at. Like, oh, He Got Game was just some like nigga. This Ray Allen was his co-star. Like Ray Allen, you ain't about to tell me a nigga who never acted in another movie a day in his life. Y'all telling me that's who carried that movie?
I don't think they really believe like they look at that as a big role for him.
It wasn't a big role for him. It's not even on here.
No, it's not on here. And maybe I just feel like they just, cause whatever this last movie at the fucking bottom, you could have took that one off. I ain't gonna disrespect fencing, but man, it's a nigga, the light and this other joint all the way at the bottom, whatever the hell that was, you could have took both of them off and put He Got Game on it. I ain't about to sit here and play with He Got Game. He Got Game was OD. But I mean, of course, realistically, he won the awards for Training Day. So I mean, I'd probably even go Malcolm X though. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. If your household, especially if you are somebody who was raised in a black household with a lot of women, Denzel Washington probably, like, I ain't even gonna sit here and say probably, like, it might be Denzel Washington and then Michael Jordan and whoever the fuck else in your household. Like when you sit here talking about just like people that you could not deny in a black household in the early 90s, mid 2000s or whatever, if you had multiple black women in your family, I'm talking about older black women, there ain't no way in hell you have not heard all the lust and shit. Did you hear the way we lust over certain stuff on social media? Trust my mother and her sisters lust over Denzel Washington and fucking Smokey Robinson. And that's why when Smokey had whatever shit he got going on, we just skimmed through it, made a joke and kept it moving. Because I'm not going to disrespect niggas that I know in my household was the Holy Grail. And it was Denzel Washington and Smokey Robinson. So I like them some niggas that you just gotta kind of just like, all right, it is what it is, dog. Like I literally have seen all of these Denzel Washington movies. Literally besides those, the light joint and whatever this shit is at the bottom. That's the only ones I ain't seen. And I told you, I think to me personally, my personal favorite is He Got Game. Because that's just one of my favorite top 5 movies of all time. He Got Game is up there for me with Denzel Washington. But I'm not mad at somebody be like Training Day or American Gangster. Because I do think American Gangster was a great movie. And I can argue that. Sure. And I can argue American Gangster is Jay-Z one of his. I could argue that American Gangster is Jay-Z best album, period. Like the only other joint that I may be for me personally that I may sit here and put above American Gangster is the Black Album. That's the joint with December 4th on it, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I may go to Black Album. That's it. That's the only other joint that I would sit here and say for Jay-Z. It's even American Gangster or the Black Album for my 2 favorite Jay-Z albums. So again, like I said, happy birthday to Denzel Washington. He is 71 years old by the time y'all listening to this. I guess, what else was another big story? And real quick, and one thing I won't do is, and I guess we could save this for next week, because again, I told y'all last week, I'm just not a fan of just the fucking hate watching when it comes to sports. But I'm not like I'm of course just because I'm a man and I stand up when I pee, I'm gonna watch sports until I die. But I couldn't, like, if you're not you could never make me no more ever want to gamble on sports. I think sports is fake and rigged now. And I just said it just because it was just like, bro, how the fuck did the fucking Steelers lose to the Browns today, dog? I love Shedeur Sanders, but can we be serious? There's no way in hell you telling me these niggas only put up 9 points? Because you knew what you wanted. You looking the shit is gonna make everybody. I don't even know what time that game come on next week when y'all listen to this. But the Steelers and the Ravens, it's gonna be prime time. Whatever time it come on, it's gonna be a prime time game now. They selling this gonna be a playoff joint or whatever the case may be. Like, come on, dog. I was like, man, this shit, like, you can't tell me this fucking sports ain't rigged and fake. Like, come on, dog. Like, you tell me for the last 2 years, these 2 teams playing for the fucking their playoff spot and who gonna win their division like that? Come on, dog. Because all the other shit is already, nobody ain't gonna care. It's week 18. Who gives a fuck who wins some of these games? But now you got 2 years in a row. This game is must-see TV. Like I literally on third because of course starting the season off and following a bunch of I'm talking about that's all you seen up and down my threads timeline was just Ravens fans. Oh my God, put your watches up. Like I'm like, I just me personally, I can't again. The only person I can do that for is fucking Caitlin Clark and the Indiana people. I can hate watch. I won't even watch the shit. I'll just go hit Google and see what the score is, and I will fucking root for against them all the time. But again, that shit was like, man, I can't believe like. Yeah, you can't tell me sports ain't rigged, dog. I'm sorry. Like, that's just my personal opinion. And I'm somebody who root for Lamar Jackson. You can't tell me that this shit ain't fake. Because there's no way in hell you telling me the fucking Myles Garrett ain't break his sack record and these niggas won? Like, come on, dog.
But I think that was their problem. They were too focused on him not breaking the record.
Yeah. But I got the biggest story that realistically was floating on the internet, and I'm not going to lie to you. This one was... It got me by the heartstrings because I feel like it's something. I'm not here to bash this woman, but I do feel like it's something that realistically, the sad thing probably lingers in a back of a lot of men's brain cells right now when you're talking about dating, getting into relationships. One of the scariest things, I think, for even for women or men, for everything to kind of be going perfect in your eyes and the person that you are sitting here dealing with, you're in a relationship with, or you engaged to, and they just wake up one day and just want out. And I'm sure by now you have seen this if you're on any form of social media. This, I mean, again, because even tying it back into the Corey Holcomb thing, you do live in a space where so many men just hate women. So when stories like this, I'd be feeling like you wasn't in their relationship, so you can't sit here and say if this one. It seemed crazy, like the way she's, of course, the way she's explaining the story, it make it seem suspect because it's like, all right, you saying everything was perfect and you still was like, nah, it's cool as a dub on this one. It's a hard bill for people to swallow because nobody gonna sit here and believe that people just leave a perfect relationship. But I'll play these clips and allow this lady to explain herself.
Did my engagement and today I'm moving out. There wasn't any betrayal. He didn't cheat or anything. Honestly, I just changed my mind. Sometimes clarity comes quietly. Choosing yourself doesn't always need a big explanation. But my village, the women in my life are so amazing. They've shown up for me in more ways than one, helping me pack, sitting with me, praying for me, making a hard transition feel lighter just by being there. I'm so grateful for community, for having people who hold you up when you're stepping into something new. So here I am, closing this chapter, putting pieces of my old life into storage and stepping into a new season. I don't know exactly what the future holds, but I am excited. I feel at peace and I'm ready for what's next in the new year. I ended my engagement and today I'm...
All right, but before I play her second part, can I ask you, Erica, as a woman, if your friend told you like, hey, he didn't cheat on me, he don't hit me, he don't do nothing, everything is perfect, but I'm cool on this relationship, I just want to call it quits. How do you, I guess, how do you take in that information and what's the conversation back did you have with your friend? Like, do you just support her blindly? Like, it's cool.
I'm gonna ask her like, what will be the problem? Why do you want to leave? If he's seem like he's the dream guy, right? So why would you want to leave?
Yeah, that's why, and I get, and that's why I'm not mad. I'm like, I wouldn't sit here and just go super like women hate crazy, but I'm not mad at the people who sit here in the junk where it's like, all right, it got to be more to the story because this is a little bit hard to just believe that you sit here saying, hey, I got engaged. Like, this man ain't waste your time. This ain't just your boyfriend. You just breaking up on a regular relationship, and he had to move all your stuff out. So that means I'm sure he had the spot in his name. He paying for the bills because nobody just gonna leave a spot and allow the other person to keep the stuff if it's in both of y'all name. So realistically, now you kind of making me feel like, all right, he was paying all the bills or this junk was in his name, and for you to just get up, pack, and leave, like, come on, dog. Like, that just, to me, it just seemed like you leaving something out, and I think that it, to me, is just, even if we taking it just on face value, let's just see and say everything she's saying is just, it is what it is. It's that, to me, is the scary thing where it's like, damn, you could be the perfect person for somebody. You can show up in every way.
We played a clip not too long ago where the lady was like, oh, he was the perfect person.
You know, yeah, that lady who was in the car and people was kind of dragging her when she was in the car crying. It was like the first time you even expressing this stuff is, it was like,
like I said, I mean, I believe it. I feel like that's better that you got out of it before you actually got into it. And now,
well, if you're engaged, why accept?
Yeah, why accept it again?
At what point did you say, nah, this ain't it?
Yeah, that's my thing. Like,
maybe
how
it was moving too fast.
But why say yes?
But I'm saying, okay, you might have said yes to the engagement and all that. Cool. All right, you think, all right, maybe like, nah, we about to get married. You know, we already living together. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the time frame. She didn't say the time frame on it, did she?
Let me see. She got
in my engagement.
She felt like
it's really important for me to own my narrative instead of letting people assume and start rumors. Ending my engagement was the hardest thing I think I've ever had to do in my entire life. It's really not the breakup itself that's hard, but it's also having to like break up with the idea of the future that you planned and grieving that too. And at this big age, 31 years old, it feels like your clock is ticking faster and faster. I think that if sharing my story helps just one person, then it's worth it. I was trying so hard to make it work. Eventually, trying to make it work felt exhausting. It literally took me accepting the hard truth that I tried to ignore. Now, the moment I accepted that and said it out loud, I felt so much relief. It's really important for me to own my and honestly freedom, not because I didn't care. I was finally listening to myself. Start over, rebuild myself, move out. It's scary. There's a lot of uncertainty, but that's also kind of the beauty in all of this. I get to start over. I am doing my best and I'm figuring it out one day at a time. So that's my truth. Love you. Bye. And
Yeah, they ain't got no kids.
But you
either.
didn't say nothing. You said a whole. I mean, I can appreciate it and I can respect that. But you said you had a perfect relationship. So what were you trying so hard to make work?
Exactly. And
Or maybe she
But
was
if
she
it's-
was
what
trying
if
to
it's-
make it seem like I really love this person and I really want to be with this person. Maybe that's what she was
But what
trying
if
to
it's
make.
the same case like Aisha Curry now? You know what I'm saying? Like it could be that situation was like, damn, he is the perfect guy, but is this who I really want to be the rest of my life with?
yeah, only thing I would tell people is I again, and it's a matter. We talked about Claudia Jordan. She had it wasn't a clip, but I'm sure it was, but I didn't see the clip. I just seen like just the headlines where she was like, I know a lot of people want to sit here and lie and say it get easier when you get older. It don't, dog. And again, when you see, and again, I say this all the time, even when I sit here and made the name of a title, one of the episodes where it was like, don't cry about being single now during the holidays when you living your best life when the weather is nice. And I think a lot of people, we keep playing and acting like time is on your side, and it's not. And I ain't sitting here trying to scare nobody into, man or woman, trying to scare people into being in relationships so you're not unhappy. But I do think realistically, you don't run into good people as much as you do when you're younger, when you get older, and the reason why I say that is because the older you get, the more baggage the people your age are going to come with. And then that's why you see, again, when we sit here and talked about this when it was what's my Tracy Ellis Ross, when she said the same thing, and at that time people was giving her pushback because she was basically saying, yeah, I don't want to sit here and deal with a nigga my age because realistically he gonna come with a bunch of baggage the same way I am. And I think people not honest with that one. So again, it sound cute and it seemed cool when when your highs is your highs, but when the weather kind of changed and them holidays started kicking, y'all be lying to yourself. I'm speaking to somebody who's single during the holidays. I know for a fact a lot of y'all be on social media just lying. And you'll sit here and you keep
Would you close the door as the man? Like, is that
hell yeah, especially after you made this fucking video and you got millions of people viewing it. And again, to me, where it was just like it was corny, where it's like it's social media, so sometimes you just don't know what to take serious and what to take as face value. But then I even heard her use the word as a content creator, and I'm like, I think she called herself an influencer or something where it's like, all right, well, now I got to kind of just take this with some type of grain of salt, because like, are you just doing this for engagement or whatever the case may be, trying to build up a platform for yourself or making it seem like it's easy to move on? And I think people just don't be honest with it. It's not easy, dog. The older you get, dog, you know how many people going to sit here and come with more kids or more heartbreaks? And because think about it, here, no, I'm 41 years old. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I'm going to meet somebody 42 or 43, and I'm not going to sit here and still be like, oh, I'm just a perfect man, and this is why I've been single this whole. No, I got baggage. I got bullshit with me. I got some heartbreak that I may not never be able to get over. So I can only imagine if I meet a woman my age and she coming with 2 or 3 fucking kids by 2 or 3 different niggas. Like, bro, what you think? She just about to come insane and crystal clean, and and she ain't gonna have no type of animosity towards men. And like, come on, dog. Sometimes we gotta be serious. I think we be lying because we have so much discourse via social media where people just kind of want to sit here and trash the opposite sex via social media, and you don't want to sit here and be real with yourself. Like, bro, we gotta be serious. Like, you see, it sound cool today, but I'm like, and let's be clear, she a pretty girl. The dude isn't even an ugly dude. So it's like, I don't necessarily know how you just sit here and with a straight face and be like, I'm just walking away from the guy who was just like everything was perfect in our relationship and nothing was wrong, and now I'm just like, I just called it quits on an engagement. Like that to me just seemed nuts.
I feel like we don't know. I feel like you have to know the whole story. I can applaud somebody for saying that this, I'm not happy in this situation, or I feel like I can't be myself. So instead of faking it and faking it and faking it, admitting that and then, letting that person go, it's gonna hurt, but like let them find who they should be with. So that now you don't have to fake this, whatever this is you're faking in this relationship. So I can respect that.
No, I know for sure. I agree with you on that one, but then I just feel like sometimes, again, like what you said a few minutes ago, is like, why let it even get that far then? Because you can't tell me you didn't feel that way before y'all got engaged.
I mean, I'm quite for sure y'all probably went, ring shopping. You knew where it was going. So that's why, like, we don't have the context to it. So we don't know how long it's been. But if you knew prior to, you shouldn't have let it go that far.
Exactly. That's my only thing. I get like if it was just boyfriend and girlfriend, I kind of get it. And y'all just started living together, and now y'all 3 months in, and you just like this nigga just piss on the toilet seat all the time, don't clean behind it. So like I get it. That's what I'm saying. If you had legit reasons, or you told people the reason why you called it quits, like on paper or visually it looked perfect, but at home this person just was like he snored too much or he passed gas in his sleep. Like, so give people something that realistically makes sense, but you can't sit here and just, oh, everything was perfect, but I'm just like, I just outgrew this relationship. What?
It has to be more, or that's fake.
Exactly. And that's kind of, and the sad thing is going into 2026 is kind of just like how we kind of just got to take it like what it is. Real quick, just can we double back on 61st? What was it, I guess, about the show to you that kind of made it just where you felt like it was a good show?
What episode? I think I was on episode 2. When the boy got caught up. And then the guy was fine, he found out he had cancer. It all just got me like the second episode.
So crazy. Like even when that first episode, I thought the boy that was running track, I'm like, damn, watch he about to get, it's Chicago. Watch he's gonna get shot running on this track. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, because that's what I just thought. Because I'm like, damn, it's Chicago. They keep showing this nigga running. Why they keep showing him run on this track? I swear to God, I thought, he was just gonna get shot literally on that track. It was like, because it was just like, it's just too Chicago to me. Like I just felt like they keep showing this nigga running on this track. Somebody gonna end up doing a drive-by shooting this nigga while he running on the track. But again, like just even that, man.
But the guy and his wife, they're good actors and actresses. So I kind of figured, okay, this gonna be a pretty good movie.
You know what, man? I'm not gonna lie to you. I texted in the group by episode 7, though. She pissed me off so much because it was just like you got to.
Was that when she said she wanted to leave him if he did?
Yeah, if he played the audio of the wiretap, if he played that, she was gonna sit here and call it quits. I'm like, how you making him choose from when you basically was damn near making him choose that he could win his case or not? It's like it's me or it's this case. Basically, you basically told him it's me or this. It's the case, and that's why I literally like, man, fuck this lady, dog. Like what the fuck are you talking about?
But then she switched it up.
Then she switched it up and ended up cleaning it up and making it work. And I appreciate her for doing that.
That scene with the son. Now I watch scary movies and stuff, but I've never like covered my eyes. I covered my eyes for that one because I was like, I know the police are not going.
Oh, you thought they was gonna kill her or something? Man, yeah, I did too. I ain't gonna lie to you, because he was like, and again, that's why I'm sitting here saying why I like that show so much, because it kind of touched so many. Touch the whole spectrum of being black, from you saying dealing with cancer, sitting here, the son on the spectrum, and just even wrong time when it comes to like with the boy who was running track. It was just so many different, and even just him where he was just the way he was raised and he was built up, like for the fact of just like, and again, even just when you talking about kids being raised by their parents and how they may look at the situation completely different from his brother and how the way he felt about it. Like his brother felt like, man, don't disrespect our dad. And then he looking at it like, nigga, what dad? He ain't even helped raise neither one. Nigga, I raised you. How the fuck you calling him dad?
But the thing that made me like when they let them go, like let the mother go, let the brother go. I don't see how you didn't figure something was up with that. Cause they you saw them plant the drugs. So how did you think you was going home and like there was nothing attached to that?
Yeah. But I do like when they was in court and the lawyer was like, so you sitting here saying you was in this person's house, you didn't charge them with nothing, nobody got locked up, so y'all just let them go free after you found all these drugs? Like make this make sense. So it's again, like I said, man, if you haven't watched 61st, please go watch 61st, dog. Like that Joan is like, again, when we sitting here saying like, and it kind of just made me, because I mean, of course, I like 50 Cent shows and they cool, but it's just like, it's like I still feel like you can have a good show that kind of still got some form of suspense to it, but it don't have to be over dramatic. Like it don't gotta be super gangster. Like you don't gotta sit here and kill 5 or 10 people per episode for this still to be a good show. And I do think realistically that's kind of where 50 Cent has laid his hat on, where it's like all his shows is like you only consider a 50 Cent a good show if people getting killed. And if people ain't getting killed, you don't consider it. Like think about, and I'm even sitting here saying that for myself, because we came on here before and be like, nah, man, this episode was kind of slow. And that maybe, I don't necessarily know if it's because the actors are not good or the storyline not good. I don't necessarily know what it is, but that's just how we feel about 50 Cent shows. Like if there's a bunch of people not getting killed, then it feel like, oh man, this show's starting off slow. Oh, this season starting off slow.
And that's the storyline though.
Yeah,
like, and this one wasn't a whole lot of killing, and you know what I'm saying, but it was a good storyline to keep you in.
No, for sure. I 100% agree on that one. So again, like I said, if you haven't watched 61st on Netflix, please go watch 61st on Netflix. It is a great show, and it's a black show. It is a black show that doesn't hit all your regular, normal, stereotypical things that makes it a black show. It's just a black show because 90% of the cast is black, but it has so much depth in the cast. It has so much depth in the storyline where it's just like every character on that show has a lot of depth in their personalities and who they are as a people. Again, sitting here saying like you talking about the lead actor is the lawyer, and he literally battling like life, like he damn near the Walking Dead. Like he taking pills, he's like fighting like I don't even know, it could be worse than stage 4 cancer, but I feel like that was damn near where he was at with it. And he's still showing up at work every day to like putting up some of Michael Jordan numbers in that goddamn courtroom. So again, like I said, man, 61st on Netflix. Please do yourself a favor. And I got a question for y'all, because I'm not, and this is something I guess is going to be a little bit more personal, but it kind of like, it just rubbed me the wrong way. It's like, again, celebrating Christmas with the family, you kind of pick up on something. So of course we have, regular family stuff. So I'm going to my cousin's house and I'm looking, and I keep saying, I seen this little baby. I'm like, who the fuck kid is this? And I'm just saying it to myself. So then my younger brother walked past and I said, man, who baby is this? And he tell me it's my little cousin baby. And then this is when I see him and said, hold the fuck up, dog. How he got another kid? He got 3 kids now, 3 little girls. Oh, ain't none of them over the age of 5. And this is what made me want to ask this question, is sometimes being a great grandparent, like you are an excellent grandparent, you show up as a great grandma, granddad, whoever, can that sometimes raise a horrible parent? Because now you kind of making it like, because to me, this makes no, and he wasn't even fucking there. I mean, how do you got 3 kids under 5 and you ain't here and they here? How the fuck does this work? But then again, that's when I feel like the grandparents have to take some blame, because like y'all allow you're enabling this shit. Like you almost, it's like you allow your kid to fucking smoke crack in your house. Cause it's just like, if you will keep showing up as a great grandparent, nigga just gonna feel like shit. Fuck it. Well, I got somebody to always help me raise these kids where I'm not being, to me, you ain't being a real parent. You just having kids. I seen that shit and I was just, I'm talking about it burnt a hole, and I'm so fucking pissed off. I'm like, how does it, like, what the fuck are y'all doing? And nobody ain't saying shit. They just passing the little baby around, everybody smiling, taking pictures with the baby. I'm like, what the fuck is this the real world I'm living in? Like nobody, like I'm just, and maybe because I take myself out of them group chats because they just overdo when the kid doing something, congratulations and all the fucking, I don't want to see all that shit. Like, come on, dog. Like, take me out of this shit. So maybe I missed some of these conversations that may have been had, but I was walked in this shit, I was fucking like, who fucking baby is this? I'm like, because everybody in this motherfucker too old to have a baby this fucking young. So who kid is this? And then I'm like, come on.
That 4th of July?
That baby wasn't there?
Yes, it was.
Where?
It was on the porch.
Oh, well, maybe 4th of July is different. Everybody ain't kind of got to be like in the same facility. You can kind of stretch it out a little bit.
She was a couple of months or a week, something. She was young. She was very young then.
But this is 3 different girls, right?
No, it's the same girl.
Oh, so this one baby is the second baby is by the same girl. Mm-hmm. All right, cool. Then I'll give him a little bit of pass then. I thought this was 3 girls, 3 different baby mothers. I was like, what the fuck is going on? All right, cool. If you got the same baby mother with the last 2 kids, and cool. I don't have as much beef, but I do just kind of like, come on, dog. Like, I just think I think sometimes like it's cool to be a great, like an amazing grandparent, but I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Sometimes as grandparents, and I'm sure everybody who listening, y'all not grandparents. Yeah, I hope y'all ain't. I don't think people that old listening, but you gotta kind of, I don't know where you draw the line at. Like Because you don't want to sit here and be like, you don't want to be a crutch to your kid neither. Because that shit still was crazy to me. I don't give a fuck. Like, you can't have 3 kids under the age of 5 and grandma got to be the fucking parent.
Like they draw the line. Like, all right, like you gonna come get them? Like you gotta. I guess it's just different. Like I knew certain places. Like I'd be like, all right, well I'm about to go so and so, and she'd be like, well I'm not watching the baby. Okay, I'm just gonna take her with me. Just leave her here because they be doing. I don't want that. So you kind of, but then like my mother was just like, when it was time, it was like, all right, like I'm done.
Yeah, because like I ain't gonna lie. That's what sometimes, because sometimes you feel bad for people who don't got no help at all, but then they be like, all right, dog.
And you have some people that abuse the help.
For sure. And that's to me, that's when you abusing the help, when you got fucking 3 kids under the age of 5.
But if the grandparent don't mind, then what? If the grandparents don't care, what can you say?
I mean, you can't say nothing, but it's just like, God damn, dog. Like maybe I just overthink it, and that's just why I ain't never had no kid. But bro, that shit don't look easy, and it just don't like. Again, like I told you, just buying gifts, and to me that's the easiest shit you can do is just buy somebody a gift. But I just still just imagine like, damn, if I was a parent and you don't have no help at all, and we'll play some clips from, because there was a lot of videos going viral of different parents having different scenarios when it comes to the holidays. And again, that's why I sit here and say, I hate that people act like life get easy when you get older, because it don't. Like your best years is probably realistically when you can kind of just figure it out and bounce around and make your worst mistakes, and whatever happened is probably realistically your 20s and maybe your early 30s. But just to keep sitting here thinking shit gonna get sweet, it's just not. And I just be so like,
when you say get sweet when you get older, what do you mean? As far as what?
I think just even when it comes to just like, one, of course, I mean, just the relationship shit, but then just I like prioritizing how many kids. Like I think some, like, I don't know what the number is, so I don't have kids, but I think some kids are just too many, dog. Especially if you don't have like and I think maybe that again, that's just sometimes people. I can be real with myself. I know I don't have no fucking amazing career, no crazy. Oh, like damn, this got like the greatest health insurance and all this other shit. They be bringing nobody kids into this world. And I be thinking some people just don't be giving a fuck because you ain't thinking that far in advance. You just thinking, oh man, this pussy just good right now.
I mean, when you were younger, yes, but I feel like when you're older, most people when they're older, they're not in the same place they were when they were younger. So I can see why some people would say, oh, some people have children when they're older because you have the patience and you're more financially stable to do it.
But what about for the people who you put your back too far up against the wall at a younger age? You may got like 5 kids.
I mean,
because let's be clear, because people do it and they don't be everybody. Listen, let's not make like everybody got great careers. If you a lot of motherfuckers just who out here,
no, you don't. But then you gotta find a way. I mean, we here now. You gotta find a way to make it work. What can you do if you got 5 kids and you 20-something years old?
But again, that's my point. Nobody don't say nothing to you. Like nobody, like what's the parent that what's the family member who just kind of just like, all right, bro, like they gonna push you away. Like if for better or for worse.
No, like I tell you all the time, you can tell your kids to you blue in the face. Don't mean they're gonna listen.
But don't have no more kids. Don't have no more kids. I ain't watching the kids. If you have more kids, they're gonna do what they want to do.
Oh, you can see, you could be struggling all the time. Like, damn, I ain't, and then you fucking get pregnant again. That ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like that, it's people like that.
Maybe that struggle just don't be real enough, man. That man, life. And I'm just saying, life struggles will make me put a condom on every time, dog. When shit get bad, when shit really get fucked up for you, you gotta remember. Because I think too many people forget when shit really get fucked up for you. When shit really get fucked for you, you gotta remember these days as just as much as people remember the good days. Because those bad days, I'm talking about days where for some people you may feel like sitting here jumping off a bridge or doing whatever. You got to remember them days just as much as you remember your best days. Because I think people be sitting here forgetting how bad them days get, and then you see him like, now I'm on kid number 4. And I don't even care if you with kid number 4 and y'all together, but y'all sitting here. If you're struggling when you could barely provide for the first 2 or 3 kids, why go to number 4? Because you're only gonna make it worse on yourself. And then that's when the bickering come back and forth, and y'all in the house and y'all cussing each other out because money tight, and she calling you all types of bitch ass niggas. Oh, you some broke ass nigga. You still working just as many hours as you was, but you could barely hold it down for the first 3 kids. What you think number 4 gonna make it easier? Like that shit, some shit just don't make sense to me. Like I don't know. Maybe it ain't meant for me to get. That's why I don't got kids, but that shit just seemed crazy to me. You don't hear that noise, Marcus? I don't know which John it is. You can hear Erica?
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear from the ones who. Okay. Well, what I want to know is how would you handle this situation? I have a teenager that just is deciding that she's going to leave the house all hours of the night, go and stay at her boyfriend's house, come home the next morning, mid-afternoon, not going to school, just deciding she is just going to do what the fuck she wants to do. Right? Don't tell me to beat her ass. I done already fucking done that shit. The bitch is a fucking wrestler. We rumble back and forth. Like it's too much. I'm not gonna fight her. She cusses me out, right? Like, I mean, I told y'all I was embarrassed and I didn't want to get on the fucking internet, but I'm just gonna air this shit out because it's too much. Okay. But this whole thing about her leaving my motherfucking house, right? And just coming back whenever she wants to come back, turning off her location, not letting me know where she's at. I don't know how to deal with this. I don't know how to deal with this at all. And I am like this close. I don't know what the fuck to do, but I'm losing it over here. I am fucking losing it. Okay. I have cut her cell phone service off many times. Nothing phases this fucking girl. And I don't know what else to do to get it through her head that it's like, I don't understand. Like at this point, I'm just like, just let me know where you're going. Just let me know where you're going. That way I have a compass, you know, you come up missing or something happened to you. At least I have a compass to be like, okay, well, she told me she was going over here. I don't even have nothing I can fucking tell to the police at this moment. I am just so at my wits' end with this fucking girl. No, she cannot go live with her dad. Her dad is fucking dead. No, I don't have any family members to send her to. They don't want her. So I don't know what else to fucking do.
So my question would be is, would you recommend for this woman, if you was a mother, what would you do in this situation? And then I'll ask my next question.
Some kids, as hard as it's going to be, they got to learn the hard way.
But what's the hard way then?
You're going to have to put your foot. She's not grown. Like, you want to act like you're grown and you want to come in here all hours of the night or whatever. You disrespectful. Like, she might have to get out. You can't stay here.
I get. Do you think that's more? Is that more easier with a daughter or a son?
It's hard. It's hard either way because they're your children.
Yeah, because I'm about to say that shit. That when you just said that, I'm like, I'm sure as a parent, that sound more easier to do than it actually is to do. Because that just sound like a tough one to try to pull off.
I mean, but sometimes you don't. I mean, who wants to do it?
You don't want to have that thought like, damn, I'll put my kid out and
God forbid what happened to them.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, you playing with me like, all right, you don't want to be here then.
I mean, she said that she'd be staying at the boyfriend house, right? That's where you live at. Stay with the boyfriend. You're not gonna come in and out of here. You're not gonna cuss me out. You're not gonna talk to me crazy. Like you're not gonna do that to me. I ain't say put her out on the street. She be at the boyfriend house. All right, well then that's where you need to stay.
And I mean that one to me that's where it get tougher because all right, yeah, now she stay with the boyfriend. You know what's coming next then. Because now they go back to the conversation.
Well, you was grown.
Then you gonna have now she gonna end up getting pregnant.
You was grown now.
Sometimes you gotta learn from your lessons.
You was grown, and it's not to say that I won't help you. But you can't. You have to learn from your mistakes. Because the mother, you gonna stress yourself out, give yourself a stroke or whatever, trying to control what this child is doing.
So what's the difference of her sneaking back and forth when she get pregnant? I mean,
yeah, I mean that too. I don't know. Again, that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of people people be thinking having kids is just going to be easy peasy, and
because you don't think about stuff. You don't think about stuff like this. You don't think about.
But so I'm with you on that. But then my question would be is, especially we only a couple of days away from being 2026. When do we sit here and kind of a little bit sit here and say that adults should think again? that far out a little bit, because like how many people got to come on the internet and tell us these stories where we kind of just, you hear them and then you paying it no mind, like you don't let this register into you? Or do you think people just be too blindly, like you feel like, oh, this could never be me, this could never be my kid? And I think that to me, you ain't living in the real world if you feel like your kid is above any of this thing, or you giving birth to a kid who may respond in this same exact way.
But I think that's the whole thing of raising kids. There's no blueprint to it. Everybody can tell, you can hear all the stories and all that, but everybody's unique, everybody's different. You can't prepare yourself for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, you should do this, you do that. Like every child is different.
Yeah, I guess.
And it's not like you said, some people you get scared straight. I ain't having no more kids.
I think I said that on here. Like my oldest daughter, like she had her little, but it was nothing like my last daughter. Like this one here, like absolutely nothing.
Which one was hard? Which one was hard and which one was easy?
This one here has this one right here.
Is the hardest one?
Yeah. So if I like, if you have like the first child, like but they like, oh, that's cool. Like they don't give me no trouble, blah, blah, blah. You're like, oh, okay. Like I can have another one. Okay. But then you have one that gives you trouble. And then she's not as bad as half of these kids out here, but she's totally different from my oldest one. So you don't know that.
Okay, I'm sure realistically you won't, because I'm sure I did that to my parents. But realistically, I was damn near almost graduating from high school, or literally out of high school by the time I really kind of even started to get in any trouble. So you kind of can't see and say, damn, I ain't having no more kids, and you already got your 3 kids, and your oldest kid didn't fucking start getting in trouble until they were older. Now you kind of already, it is what it is. But again, I think it's sometimes, I think even with that, I think
that might be the worst time. Like you older and now I can't really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't. It's a little bit harder for me to discipline you. But I think again, even with that being said, though, I do think that kind of just leans on how heavy your kids have respect for you. Because let's be clear, I talked about this before on here. Even just that one time getting in trouble and getting locked up, and then just watching. I think to me, one of the hardest things for me, because I'm not saying oh, it's easy to watch my mom cry, but the kind of just like when you have those moments, like, because I don't have a lot of those moments with my dad, but just sitting here watching him just like feeling like he did something wrong, where it's not him, it's just me, bitch, just being outside and just trying to, like, you not understanding how hot the stove is until your hands fucking get burnt. So again, but if you got enough respect for, even I'm saying, speaking as the kid at that time, if you got enough respect for your parents and you got enough love for your parents, seeing my dad cry made me like, not sitting here saying it was cold turkey and I completely changed my life for the better right after that, but I literally watched I never got locked up again. That shit never even came close to it again. So,
right, but you was still doing little.
Yeah, no, of course, yeah, sure. But I was way more cautious with how I was moving, because you don't want to sit here. You don't want to sit here, because even hearing my mother say, I'm washing my hands with you, like that shit, like, I don't know which one hurt more, saying my mother saying she washed her hands with me, or watching my dad actually cry. But those two things still kind of sit here, and they were both happening at the same time. It still hit you to the point where you don't want to make your parents feel like this. If you back then you got love for your parents, you don't want to sit here and put your parents through that shit. So of course, just the temptations of money didn't make you go clean turkey, but still of the respect for your parents, you're just not out here just moving as fast, or you're not just bullshitting around as much as you may have until you get, because again, you'll have that your parents having that moment with your parents, and then just even actually getting processed in a getting locked up, going through process, where you'll figure a lot of that shit will click, and you'll figure out what's right for you and what's not. That's why when people make the joke about, oh, niggas be like in jail because you just whatever the little jokes they got with it, those niggas really are cool with that whole process, and the niggas who ain't cool with it, guess what, won't never go through that process ever again, or will try their hardest to avoid going through those things again. So again, like I said, I do think some of that comes just with even just, I guess, the level of respect, like from listening to this woman, where it's just like, I guess that you question on the level of respect your kid may have for you. I do want to stay on this place of parenting, because again, like I said, you've seen a lot of parents just posting different little videos over the holiday.
Son has me boo-hoo crying. We go to Marshall's, and the cashier asked us if we having a good holiday. And we're like, yeah. And my son go say, yeah, even though my mom only got me 7 presents. Not knowing what the presents is that he got. Like, I spent a lot of money on him. I really did. One of his gifts being a PS5, but it's just like knowing how hard I worked to like get everything that I did for him. And mind y'all, my son he's about to be 7 2 days after Christmas, but like I don't know if I'm like too sensitive for this world or what, but oh my God. That just, mind y'all, like I'm the parent making stuff happen, making Christmas happen and stuff. And I get that he's only 7, but that just really hurt my feelings. Hear him say that to a stranger. Like, my mom only got me 7 gifts. Like, my back and my neck, my body, I'm a CNA, has been hurting for weeks. To even be able to, working nonstop, to be able to provide and get him what I did get him. And to hear him say that, just, oh, fuck. I don't know if I'm, like, overreacting or what. I've never cried on the fucking internet, ever. I've never cried on the internet. But that really just hurt my feelings. That really just hurt my feelings. And I know he didn't mean it, but like, these kids don't know. They don't understand what we go through just to try to keep up. Oh God. Let me fix my face. I had to send him in the house just so I could cry, get that shit out real quick. Oh, back to regular programming. Have to go in there and act like nothing happened. But yeah. I don't know. I just wanted to talk about that. And yeah. Okay.
I want to play that one, but then hold on, because it was one of a dad that was going viral too. So I kind of wanted to play those two back to back because I feel like those two kind of go hand in hand. Man, it was a dad on the joint. That nigga was not rocking. He completely crashed out on his goddamn kids. Here you go.
Santa, bro, thank you, Santa. Thank you, Santa.
Man, fuck Santa. I did this shit. Fuck is you talking about?
Santa did this.
Man, Santa ain't did a motherfucking thing. Daddy did that. Fuck around with you.
So I guess my question for y'all is, do you as parents, where it's like, I mean, because I guess we kind of had a conversation a little bit last week. It's like, when do you sit here and just start to be honest with your kids and kind of just keep it real? Where it's like, because I do feel like it's a lot of parents who kind of, especially single parents, where you kind of just dealing with that silent fucking fight where you put in endless work to provide a great holiday for your kids. And it may literally, like she said, man, that shit was kicking her ass. Like, even for those 7 gifts, and the kid don't understand how expensive those 7 gifts is, and don't understand how many hours your parent may have to work just to afford to get you just those. You talking about just 7 gifts? Like, that shit could have cost them a lot of time and a lot of money. And for you to sit here and make it seem like, oh, this ain't nothing, where I think it's just like, are you like? But again, I think that parents got to take a little bit of blame on that, because like, at what age are you gonna sit here and keep it real with your kids? And kind of can't keep letting them live in this little fairy tale. And that's why I'm not even mad at this father, because I'm sure some people will sit here and get mad, like, oh, when you tell your kids it ain't no Santa Claus and this, that, and the third, where it's like, bro, I'm not sitting here about to sit here and keep slaving and allowing somebody else to sit here and take, I guess, the fucking championship for the hard work that I put in, or then my kid don't even respect how much it costs for me to get some of these things. This shit ain't cheap. And I think these kids don't understand the prices on some of this shit, because the money is attached to the phone. And you see people to even talk about that, where it's like kids don't have that sit here and respect or the value on money, because they don't never actually even see money being spent, because you just buying something via the phone.
I feel like the dad, that was too much. If you brought him up with Santa Claus, somebody brought him up with Santa Claus, so be mad at that person, not your kids. Why would you explode on them?
But what about the mom then? Because I feel like those two stories kind of go hand in hand, because it's like,
because she said the little boy he's 6. He don't know no better.
You see other kids and you see other stuff that kids get. You know what I'm saying? Your friends or whatever case may be. You don't know. Like I said, other people don't know what their parents go through or what their parents had to do to get those gifts. But so, like I said, you see that, you be like, oh, well, damn, Johnny got all this endless, you know what I'm saying, stuff, and then it's like, oh, damn, I only got 7. Granted, you like I said, you don't know what your mother had to do through it. Like I said, I don't think that's nothing that you like I said, I get it, I feel it. Because like I said, kids don't know no better. They don't have to work their job.
I mean, yeah, but so then my question is, so you telling me you never had that conversation with your kids, you just allow them just to be.
I think it should be age appropriate. At that age, it should just kind of just be grateful
Yeah.
for the gifts that you have, because there are children out here that didn't get any. You can start off with that, but you don't. I mean, they're not going to understand at 6 and 7. Like, you know, you can't go into full detail like you can if they were older.
I hear y'all, but then I guess my pushback would be is if a kid too young to understand that, then how the fuck is the kid old enough to sit here and not be appreciative of 7 gifts?
Well, he was not appreciative of it. He was just probably saying like, "Oh, I only got 7 things." Like, you know, and I don't think he's a child. I don't feel like if it was a teenager, that would be different. I don't think he didn't mean no disrespect by that. Maybe before he had a whole lot of gifts.
I ain't gonna lie, that felt like disrespect. Like
It felt like disrespect to you as a parent because you put these hard. You know how hard.
Yeah,
it is to come up
for
on
like
it.
she said that she got him a PS5 though. PS5s continuously the price go up. Like and I don't feel like that shit ain't getting them. Just some systems ain't getting cheaper. They only getting more expensive. So I can only
cheap this year.
Man, I don't give a fuck.
But that's what. But think about that. So but even though you might not even pay it no mind, that's what I'm saying. So if I bought him the PS5. I bought him a controller. I bought him maybe 2 games. Right? That's 5 things right there. So like I said, he don't know. He probably just seen the gifts wrap.
Yeah, he didn't
open the gifts. He didn't open it. Because you can think about it. Oh, I made this list. I made a Christmas list. So I had all this and all that. But it's like, all right, damn, I only got.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. And the sad thing is, I mean, I get what y'all saying, but because I seen this little boy, man, I think I want to say the clip was like the little nigga was 10, man. His mother laid his room out and turned like into the ultimate fucking gaming station. Where it's like, but what is so fucked up is because if another 10-year-old see this and your parents just got you a gaming chair in the game system, you're gonna look at this little nigga room like I'm looking at it as a grown adult. I'm like, damn, his mother did her biggest fucking one. That room fire as hell. Like I ain't even into gaming, but that room would make you be into gaming. That's how tough that room is. Like that room was OD. Like I'm talking about that nigga had like a screen that size and another one on top. Like nigga, that shit was fire. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like his mother went crazy. But again, I can imagine as a kid, if a kid see that and then all you got was a fucking regular gaming chair and just a monitor, like, and that's why the reason why I kind of hate the internet, and that's another reason why I do think parents should be careful on allowing their kids to get on the internet too much, because I don't know what that little boy mother do for a living, so she could be a fucking lawyer, a doctor, who knows? But that comparison, it do a hellway robbery, and that's one of the things I can sit here and say you love about kind of just like growing up as a kid and you live and there was no internet. 90% of the time, most people in y'all neighborhood was kind of like, it made some people parent may be a little bit well off more than the others, but majority of y'all Christmas is kind of almost on the same par. Of course, whatever parent who probably got a little bit more money, like, okay, this kid may got a dirt bike, but he may not got all the video games. It just depends. Like we kind of like, you got to feel that experience living in, just like, okay, you don't live in the projects, but you live in a hood. It ain't Bowie, it's a hood, but it's not the projects neither. So you kind of get to see like everybody Christmases was kind of like on the same standard. It may be somebody maybe a little bit more better, but you sitting here saying now, if these kids on the internet and they strolling, that shit could be a whole different ball game. Like I seen this one little white dude and his dad, they turned the bedroom into a goddamn basketball court.
Some people got it, some people don't.
But you're fuck. But again,
you teach your kids, I gotta act my wage. Like I'm not to compete. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. You do have to eventually have.
You gotta have them conversations, dog. You have to, because I'm not. It's no way. And me as a like, I would never want to kill myself as a parent. Like, listen to what I'm saying. And if y'all don't take nothing else from me as a parent, or just that's why I love going to the gym, because I get to see this shit in real time. You can get. That's one reason why I would recommend people go to a gym, and I would recommend y'all go to a LA Fitness, because you go to LA Fitness, you kind of get to see more, especially if you live in the DMV area. You get to see the quality of life of older people, and you get to see how some older people just be in that motherfucker barely just be able to move their body, and then there be other people in that junk moving around, and they could be even older and they just move because they got on to their health early. And I think so many people are going to be, when we get the older we get, you're gonna see so many of your peers like with all types of just bad fucking functioning bodies because they was killing themselves just for materialistic shit, and you put your health to the back burner. Because some of those, if you had those real conversations, so you can look yourself in the mirror like, bro, I ain't got it. I ain't about to sit here and overdo this shit for nobody. And you can have those real conversations. You get to save yourself some time on slaving for work. And even just, again, with people when you saying about the dating shit. If you're one of those people, again, just think about where your brain, I think some people, you got to take mental notes when y'all sitting here coming up with your vision boards and all of this. And you are somebody single and you complaining about not having days off, or you complaining about seasonal depression. Just remember all of this shit, how you felt during the wintertime when you were enjoying yourself during the summertime. Because so many of y'all will be so quick to just take random ass trips in March and then come fucking you crying that you got to work the day after Christmas come fucking in December. Like, remember that. Like, remember how you felt, how that fucking you had to work the day after Christmas made you feel in December before you sit here and just want to take a random ass trip in March. Because I'm sure that random ass trip in March doesn't give you that same high as that depressing feeling gave you. You had to go to sit here and work. I watched too many people complain about certain shit, and I just watched so many people just like, you could just, man, you really pay attention to people. You can see two people that's 40 years old, and then one person who not taking care of themselves, and then the other motherfucker who take care of themselves. That 40 ain't even gonna look the same. And again, I say that just to say when we talk about spending money. Especially if you somebody you got to just keep working to spend money, man, you better be careful. I'm telling you, slow that shit down, dog. I'm telling you, because you are going to be very upset with yourself the older you fucking get, and that body ain't moving the way you want that motherfucker to move. I'm telling you, I'll look at that shit. Oh, that's one of my favorite things to do in the gym, is just watch old people, how you can just see some of the motherfuckers move so useful, and then there be so many old people in there just dragging their body, dog. Like, even man, it's a John. You ever go to the LA Fitness in Woodmore, just pay attention to how many people take the stairs and how many people got to get on the elevator. You ain't here to work out. So if you got to take the elevator, that already let me know you realistically, you tap, dog. You in here to lose weight. You in here to move your body. So for you to sit here and say, I'm not going to walk up these stairs, I'm going to get on this elevator, you already too far behind the 8 ball, dog. You might as well kept your ass in the bed. And that's, I'm just sitting here saying that's just how that shit be. And people, I get it. You not wanting to have those real conversations with your kids and started telling them hard nose, or hey, I can't afford this. I mean, cool. If y'all, like I said, I ain't gonna feel bad for niggas if you got to sit here and you on all types of medications at 50 and 60 years old because you sit here and wanted to kill yourself just because you ain't want to have a real conversation with your kids and saying, I ain't got it, bro. I can't sit here and keep buying you all this shit. Like, man, and if you can, and you don't, or you maybe don't care, like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go out as a great, you better hope your kids appreciate you. Because think about for something for some of y'all who may listen, what do you give your parents the lavish gifts that they used to go out? Think about how your parents may used to bust their ass for you as you was a kid. Do you go out that same way for your parents? And I'm sure some people do, some people don't. Because if you got your own kids now, you probably figure like, man, fuck my parents. And that's the fucked up thing about it.
I ain't gonna say it's fuck your parents, but if your parent will understand.
Yeah, but should they have to though? Like when like, to me, it's like when do your parent get the fucking like, damn, because you ran and end up having kids? Like, when do you sit here and say, I got to give my parents a great Christmas in return?
You might not. Maybe they don't want the great Christmas in
They want
return.
your
Maybe
kid
they
to
just
be
want
happy.
you. They want just like for some people it's just the simple things.
I mean, that's true too, but I mean, it's just a
Like,
question.
I'm sure they don't expect you to buy them a house and buy them a car. Like,
I'm not even saying that extreme because they didn't buy you. I mean, you lived in their house, but they didn't buy you a house or maybe didn't buy you a car. I'm just sitting here saying, like, when did you sit here and say, damn, like for all of those Christmases that my parents went out of their way and went super crazy for me, and when you're a little bit older, before, especially for the people who may not have kids yet, like when do you sit here and say, let me just go crazy for my parents? And it could be even an experience. You may sit here and take your parents out of maybe I ain't even say you gotta go out of the country, but you may take them on a vacation spot that somewhere they may have want to go. If you somebody listening and you got a dad and your dad may have never went to a football game, or y'all never got to go to a basketball game or a baseball game together, whatever it may be, something. Why did you take your parent there if you have the opportunity and you could? Because I'm sure, again, that's why I sit here. I always sit here and thank Ashley. One time she sit here and told me, like, she said, man, all that shit you be buying these bitches. Did you ever buy your mother a Louis? Even though, again, I don't even know what my mother did with that purse. I still don't know to this day. No, but it don't matter. But just when she said that, it registered to me because you're absolutely right. Because guess what? All them bitches gonna come and go. My mother's still gonna be here. So that is sometimes where you just gotta those comments with somebody. I always will appreciate that conversation. I don't give a fuck what my mother did with that bag. But that's just the point. What she said was some real shit, because it's like you can do so much for other people, but then it's like, what about the people who went above and beyond for you before? And that's just something to just think about, because I see so many people go above and beyond for their kids, but I'm sure your parents at one point in time went above and beyond for you. And did you ever go above and beyond for your parent?
But I think that's the satisfaction that you get when you see that, oh, look, the kid that I raised, how he's taking care of his family.
I mean, I'm not a grandparent and I don't have kids, so I don't know. I'm just throwing hypotheticals out there. I just know if I was a parent and I go above and beyond for you, and as soon as you get old enough and you just ain't giving me shit but a fucking card, and I done bought you PlayStations and all this other shit.
So what are you expecting? What do you want?
I don't know, because I'm not that old yet, but I'm gonna want something. You better give me something.
What do you want?
I don't know yet, but you better give me fucking something, dog. It better not be no fucking footies or some other bullshit. I know that. I don't know what I want now because I ain't there yet, but I'm just sitting here saying, don't fucking sit here and allow me to sit here and if I was a parent, I put in years and I become a grandparent.
But this is my thing. As a parent, that's your responsibility. That's your job. Your children don't owe you that.
So okay, cool. Do you feel like
my children don't owe me? I'm not you don't have to go out and buy like, oh, you gotta, because I had you, right? I brought you into this world. It's my job, my responsibility to take care of you. You owe me respect. I get more satisfaction like, okay, you doing good, you out on your own, you can do, that's cool for me.
Okay, so I got a better question for you then. Would you feel some type of way if your kids put you in a home when you got older?
Yeah, what the hell? Yes. Don't put me in. Yes.
Oh, so that's to me, that's kind of the same thing. I feel like the kid who don't give a fuck about getting you a gift won't be the kid who gonna put you in a home.
They don't give a fuck, because I don't give a fuck about you giving me a gift, because if it's hard for me and I'm pretty well off, I can only imagine what it is for you. So you not getting me something is not a big deal to me. I don't feel like you owe me anything.
But you don't want to be put in a home.
I don't want to be put in a home. Why? Why would I be put in a home? I got 2 daughters that can take care of me. Now, unless there's some type of circumstances where they can't and I have to, that's different. But there's no reason. Like, I would never put my mother in a home. I might, so why?
I'm with you. I'm with you.
That would be my expectation. Like, take care of me, spend time with, you know what I'm saying? Like that. You don't have to buy me. You don't owe me anything.
Because I always even think about that, where it's just like, damn, how many I wonder, is it a disconnect sometimes when it be like, when I see like older people and it be like, damn, I wonder did their kids just put them in a home, or do their kids like, I don't fucking know. Like, I kind of just wonder sometimes, like, dang, what do you got to do, or what don't you got to do for your kid not to want to put you in a home?
I think it's just based on the kid, and then sometimes it's just circumstances where maybe you require more attention than the child can give you because they're working, you know what I'm saying? Or around the clock care, something like that. But just because you just don't feel like being bothered, that's not acceptable.
I'm with you. It was just a thought. Why we, I guess, staying on parenting and parents. Shout out to Deion Sanders and Carucci.
Make them get a treat.
We're spending the holidays at your house. We need a tree.
Because we haven't had a tree in like 10 years. That's a lot. We haven't had a tree since. That's a lot. Since you know when. That's a lot. But now usually we just unpack boxes.
Unpack what?
Like Amazon boxes. Like this is how usually our Christmas goes.
Yep. You think I'm gonna wait some wrapping paper, y'all?
Nigga here.
There's a little truth to that.
Hey, we got a list.
There's a little truth to that.
There's a list.
Okay, no. Go back. Tell him what the list.
We usually have a list, and he just orders it, actually.
You tell me what you want.
Yeah. We go on Amazon. I actually do it myself on Amazon.
I never lied to him.
Oh, you should have made a list.
There wasn't no Santa. Hey, tell him what I said.
I'm too old to make a list.
What are you telling you about Santa?
That is Santa. No, because a lot of kids I want the credit for that too. So I understand.
I got the credit.
Yeah. Too Fair, you know what I'm saying?
Too Fair, what I tell you about Too Fair?
You got some good money from Too Fair.
That's right. The 1 year we didn't get no good money, what I tell you? Too Fair had a tough year. He was in court.
He was in court?
Wonder why?
That was the last year?
And again, that's why I sit here and say I do be thinking just realistically, sometimes you just gotta have those conversations. And I mean, of course, his kids are older now, but just even when is the right time to have those conversations with your kid? Even listen to what he just said, where he was like, "Bro, the Tooth Fairy just had a rough year that year." And this is Deion Sanders, but I'm sure realistically because he done had a divorce or two, and he done kind of then probably had some situations where they going back and forth in court. Your money kind of tied up, so yeah, I ain't got no extra bread to be sitting here playing Tooth Fairy with y'all little niggas. So again, like I said, I'm not mad at I ain't mad at any parent for when they don't have those conversations, but I guess to make the mood a little bit lighter, y'all know this is my favorite. Man, this shit is so funny.
What do you call a emo white girl? A cutting board.
Oh, shh.
Oh my God.
What do you call?
Dog, I swear to God, dog, that this lady, her name is Bev on that show. Man, her jokes be always going that goddamn far. Like, she be taking it too far. But I do real quick. I want to take it to kind of a little bit on a comedic relief as well, and also bringing in a little bit DMV. I do want to play this one from Goofy's.
What's up with you, man? What's up, y'all? I'm Waldo. Before y'all even get started, listen, I already know we super far, and y'all think we soft. But first of all, check the record. Check the record. We ain't going like that no more. We've been doing 08, 09 type of crimes out here. We really taking it there. On top of that, all y'all DC uncles and aunties, they done moved out here now. They living good. And y'all like all our women. So on my mother, we already a part of the DMV. And the Icon was out here. Y'all was always at the Icon. Like, come on, y'all. Come on. We ain't looking for no more drama right now. You know what I'm saying? Holla at us in a couple more years. Y'all, you got potential, though. A little far, but you got potential. How y'all doing? My name VA. What's up with you, Slim? What's up, Slim? Let's get straight to it. Let's not play dumb. Tyson's Corner, Tyson's 2, Pentagon. We got money out here. We really doing it. You know what I'm saying? Diversity. We get into a bag. And we all know. Y'all, the women, come on. Okay, but what's up with y'all police? Is y'all gonna ease up or like what? I can't do nothing about the police. Okay. Have a nice day. But the women, too up to that. I don't know about that one. What's up with you, fool? First of all, fuck it is, dummy. I ain't no fool, stupid. First of all, we don't need none of that. We from Baltimore, dummy. We from Baltimore, all that bippity do and skippity do. You hear me, stupid? You hear me, stupid? We our own fucking state, y'all. We don't even want to be from the DMV, y'all. We don't, stupid. Like, come on, dummy. Like for real, stupid. You stupid. What's up with you? How are you today? I am from Montgomery County. Now I'm just playing with y'all, but now I'm really African for real. My parents African, but I grew up here. But you know how we do. We gonna get to some money. We respect. Scamming. And look, Montgomery already. We do what we do. If we combine, we gonna really make some money. If we all the DMV, then we got a bigger squad. You feel what I'm saying? We got money already. We got our own hoods. We got our own everything. What you want to do? Give you a call back, man. I think we're gonna give you a call back. I appreciate it, my brother. Yeah, man, DMV, man.
I just wanted to play that one real quick. I guess while we here with parents, and let's go to Nicki Minaj real quick. Just a little bit of people's last little bit of opinions on Nicki Minaj. It was a good one that I seen. Somebody did a good ass breakdown on Nicki. Here we go.
thing that we're missing in this Nicki Minaj conversation right now, she's being revered by white Christians, revered because she's moved her politics to the right because she's saying that there's Christians that are getting persecuted in Nigeria. Do you remember when Reverend Raphael Warnock ran for Senate in Georgia? Do you remember when 88% of white evangelical Christians voted against him? Why? Why? Ask yourself the tough questions. Why did 88% of white Christians vote against a devout pastor? The pastor of Martin Luther King's former church, yet can support Nicki Minaj as she makes a turn right at the end of her career. I want you to ignore the fact that Nicki Minaj made a career off of sexually explicit content and just see her and Raphael Warnock as two people who are promoting Christ. Why did one get evangelical support and not the other one? There's an active ingredient in Nicki Minaj's, and it is the promotion of white supremacist talking points. You see, in America, white supremacy and Christianity have lines that are so blurred, it's not really clear where one starts and one stops. Do you remember when Lecrae a very popular Black Christian artist, loved by white people, loved by white Christians, started speaking out against racism, and his own fans felt betrayed, and they didn't just start calling him woke. He had to beat these woke allegations. They started calling him not Christian.
When you care about the lives of African Americans, you are politically progressive or liberal, and that's stupid.
Stop right there. Before white Christians are Christian, they're white. And they always have been. Your subscription to their good graces has never been based on your devotion to Christ, and has always been based on your commitment to perpetuating the mantle of white supremacy. But when you go in these spaces, they'll say things like, we don't talk about race here. And some Black people buy into this. It's not about the color of your skin. It's about how much you love Jesus. This is the coach of the Boston Celtics.
First time since 1975, this is the NBA Finals where you have 2 Black head coaches. Do you take pride in this?
I wonder how many of those have been Christian coaches.
In the comments of that video, there was a suspicious amount of white Christians cheering him on. Of course they were. They don't want to focus on race because the American experience, Christian experience, already inherently favors a race. This is evidenced by a clear history of Christianity codifying and justifying slavery, Jim Crow, segregation, lynching, take your pick. So when you as a Black person abandon race as something you make decisions on, in the idea that you're doing this in solidarity with your white Christian brothers and sisters, you're the only one. They don't want to talk about racial hierarchies. They just want to vote for candidates that assert them quietly. They don't want to talk about race. They just want to benefit from racialized policies that are nested within the white Christian vision for America. And when you, as Black Christians, buy into the okie doke, you're the only one. Something that we're missing in this Nicki Minaj conversation right now. She's
again, I just wanted to play that one real quick. Just because I seen a lot of people which y'all like going super crazy on Nicki. But y'all know, real quick, I do kind of, and this may be a little bit narcissistic of myself, but I do want to give myself a little bit of credit for 2 things real quick. One, for getting rid of Joe Budden's sleeper picks, and for getting Jess Hilarious to pick up these weak ass fucking clips. Sometimes I think because maybe you don't have millions of views on your socials, you don't realize maybe that your voice may be heard, and you don't realize it. I could sound like a narcissist. I'm okay with this, but I know for a fact that Joe Budden was rolling out those weak ass sleeper picks until I got on this motherfucking told y'all that shit was absolutely dog shit, and they need to put a fork in it. And he absolutely put a fork in it. Literally right after I said, bro, this shit is trash. You need to stop playing that shit.
They still do it.
Went barely, nigga, like once in a blue moon.
I miss it.
Yeah, I don't. Thank God. Thank you. Hey, listen, whoever tapped him and said, hey, big dog, you need to pack it up. Thank you. I'm just gonna give myself the credit. And again, Jess Hilarious has been doing comedy for I don't know how long. She never in her life put up these clips, but all of a sudden, she just keep putting out these fucking clips. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to say.
Somebody was saying that about because I guess they were trying to give credit to Roy about it. Like
about what, the sleeper picks?
Yeah. Like that, because that's when you was doing it with him, and they was like, if that's the past, then they didn't let it go. Because he said that one time on the what's name when he was trying.
I mean, maybe, but they don't do. I mean, Rory and Maul don't do that on their shit. So what do it matter?
No, but that's what I'm saying. I think that's why they were saying they needed did it because that was a thing. That was their thing.
Yeah, I think people saying that just because I think Rory and Maul just got way better taste in music than the rest of those niggas. So I mean, I can understand why people would say that. If you've been listening from day one and you kind of comparing just the choice of music that they picking, it's just night and day. It's just so I mean, I get it. I can understand like if you are a day one fan, I can understand the complaints because at least when you kind of got the like Maul just got way better taste in fucking music than I guess if Ice is supposed to be taking a replace of him. Yeah, it's just way better. So I mean, I get it. But just real quick, I do want to play this clip of Jess. And I'm not trying to be like a Corey Holcomb type of nigga with Jess Hilarious, but I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna play this Jess Hilarious joint, and then I'll play who was this? I think I got Desi Banks after that. And you can just see the difference in just night and day. So it's not me just shitting on Jess, but it's just like I'm mad that I kept saying, damn, why she don't put out clips? Because now she's putting out clips, and I'm kind of like, I get why you wasn't putting out clips. You just may not be like, people may just like you personally via social media, but I don't necessarily know how good of, and maybe I just next time she come back to DC or Baltimore, maybe I just need to go see a live show for myself because she don't have a special out. And while we talking about specials real quick, and before I play this clip, shout out to T.I. Only thing I do, I mean, of course, I understand the business model. So T.I. got his own website, but I do kind of wish T.I. would have did it even like I kind of wish he would have just put the shit even maybe on Patreon or did it on YouTube where people can kind of pay for those things, because even one thing I do like about Patreon now that they do, you don't have to download the website or get the app. You could kind of just pay to watch something if you want to watch something. It's almost damn near just like OnlyFans, where if you just want to pay to watch this one video, you can pay to watch this one video and then go about your business. Because T.I. do got his own website where he's selling the junk, but I'm not gonna sit here and put my credit card into something for $6 a month, even though it's only $6. I don't fucking know how I know for I don't gonna say I know for a fact, but I'll go out on the limb. I don't think T.I. will stay consistent enough to have my credit card information just up in his system. I'm cool. I'm not doing it.
Is it other like stuff?
To me, he went on the Breakfast Club. That's all he was promoting at the time. It was just his stand up. So I'm saying he want people. It was only, like I said, it's only $6. But if it was only $6 and it was on YouTube or Patreon, I would have bought it. Just to see if he actually funny, because I had never seen him do stand up before, so I kind of would just want to see it. So I think it would be worth the $6. And matter of fact, why are we talking about stand up? Though, if y'all are not hip to Ali Sadiq, man, I swear to God, this nigga may be one of the fun. And you know how it comes just naturally. He's a great storyteller, and you can tell by just how many specials he put up. Just get on YouTube and do your homework on Ali Sadiq, man. He got so because he don't do like your regular, I guess, I don't even want to say he don't do regular stand-up, but he do more storytelling. So, and I think that's why and of course he's an older gentleman, so he got a lot of stories to tell, but he just know how to tell his stories in such a funny manner. But I want to say shit, this in 2025, he put out maybe like, I think he put out like 4 or 5 specials this year. And I'm saying all of them shits do numbers, but them Jones is literally, and they are stories. And he tell like his last joint he just put out this week that just passed, they called Mondays. And all the stories he's telling they took place on Mondays, man. I'm listening to what I'm telling y'all. If I don't tell you nothing else, and I'm not no goddamn stand-up comic connoisseur or nothing, but Nick, man, this nigga is funny as shit. Oh my God. Like, he be telling these stories so serious, but them shits be so funny. Though you cannot stop but crying but laughing. But again, let me play this Just Hilarious John real quick, and then I'll play Desi Banks.
You here with Shay? What's your friend? Okay, how you doing, friend? Hey. What's your name, friend? Tiffany, how you doing, Tiffany? You cool? All right, cool. How long y'all been friends? Cause I was like, you know what I'm saying? Tiffany, you gay? Huh? Are you? Okay, all right, my bad. So you're an L. So you can't switch up departments on niggas. You can't. She's like, bitch, I would never be gay. I'm a lesbian. When the last relationship you was in, Shay? Oh, okay. It hurt real bad. Okay. You left her. Yeah. But I'm saying she hurt you. Yeah, she hurt a little bit. Yeah. She's like, hurt? Who fucking hurt? So I had to do what the fuck I had to do. Bitches don't hurt me. Fuck you talking about? All right. All right, Shay. It's cool. Who the fuck hurt? Fuck you mean? I got bitches. When you was in a relationship with her, though, right? What did she have kids? Did your girlfriend have kids? You was a yeah. That's where that came from. She got attached to the kids.
All right, so I'm gonna play that. To me, I'm sorry. I didn't laugh, I didn't giggle. Again, I'm not trying to be like a Corey Holcomb hater, but it's just levels to this shit.
When the last time you asked a black person? Been a minute. 2006. Nigga, how old you will, man? You 39. That's a long time. South, and you from the South. Ooh, shit. When last time you had a black pussy, bro? Couple months. Nigga, get your ass up here, man. What the fuck? Nigga, you can wear your hat like this, nigga. Nigga, no, like this for the rest of the night. That's how you wear your hat, nigga. Just like, do like this. Now say, twin, you crazy as hell, boy. Friend, you crazy as hell, boy. That nigga said a couple months. Damn, you didn't even know that, did it? She's like, whoa, that's fucking crazy. You had some black pussy, bro. Do you feel like it's a difference between like black women and white women? Come on now, twin. Come on now. Don't count me down. Now With a hat like that, nigga. Come on now. Now I'm gonna ask you that question again. Is it a difference between black women and white women? The last time you answered black women.
Again, like I said, I just do think it's levels to that shit. And I'm not, again, like I said, I'm not trying to pick on Jess Hilarious. I don't know. Maybe I'll wait for her to have when she put out her special, I'll give you a better judge. But I'm just I'm just judging off of her group and her class of people that she came out with. And I just feel like it is a little funny that she just wasn't putting out clips and now she's starting to put them out. And people gonna judge you off those clips. People gonna always judge you. And they just not one of them Jones to make you be like, oh my God, I gotta run and go see this person. But I do think some people are just greater at clips. Like the dude Nate Jackson, he got a jump going viral right now.
You the one who got him on my damn.
What, YouTube or just on the algorithm period? Oh yeah.
But I was like, where the hell this nigga come from?
That nigga funny, and I ain't gonna lie to you. He own his own club and some more shit like that. He for that comic like that underground kind of like. He ain't mainstream, but like kind of underground. Well, he kind of mainstream now because he got him on Netflix, Jones, and some more shit, and he do numbers on YouTube. And again, man, I'm not gonna. Y'all know I'm not one. I be hard on the white people, but I give white boys credit with me. That nigga Matt Rife, he milking the shit out of his that Lord. Y'all thought he was only gonna have 15 minutes of fame. That white nigga is he taking this shit to the biz bank. I ain't even gonna hold you. Matt Rife, stay with him a special, but that's because again, and the reason why I fuck with Matt Rife is for two reasons. One, because he tried to switch his shit up and it was complete ass. And he kept it real with himself. And somebody at Netflix probably told him, like, nah, dog, this shit was bullshit. Stick to what got you popping, and that's you doing the crowd work. And I talked about that before when he got a new job. I haven't watched his new one he got on Netflix right now, but I seen that he put out another special. And I'm just saying, and this 3 different specials on Netflix in 2025. Again, so that's why you got to give people credit where credit is due. And again, that's what I'm saying. At the same time, when you give some people credit, you got to keep it honest about some of the people who kind of just like, are you just kind of milking your popularity, or are you really funny? And that's just to me, that's my biggest question for Jess, where it's like, I've seen B. Simone do crowd work and B. Simone be funny and shit. I done seen the Jess, she ain't got a lot of them, but them two, she got 2 videos out right now. The 2 Jones that I done seen her put out, them shit just wasn't funny. And I'm just like, all right, well, now it kind of make me sit here and be like, damn, with some of these older niggas who was kind of, and maybe, of course, it's hard to sit here and take it at face value because, of course, a lot of people who are used to critique Jess were older comedians who've been out for a minute. And then if you kind of just judging them off of, well, damn, are you just hating on her because she doing bigger venues? And then sometimes you could just be off of just popularity. People gonna come and support you and just fuck with you anyway. But it's just like, it do make you question a little bit some of that, just off the strength. I do, because we was talking about parenting and kind of talking about old school shit. Man, shout out to Layaway. And me and Todd was having this back and forth. I'll play this clip real quick, but we was comparing Layaway to, are y'all familiar with, what's the joint called? Karma, or what is it called? Afterpay. Are y'all familiar with that?
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all feel like that's the equivalent of Layaway, or there's kind of still no comparison to the two?
No comparison.
That's kind of how I felt.
I mean, it
kind of, sort of, but it's not.
It is, yeah, kind of, sort of.
Because with client, you can get
you still got to have credit, right?
No,
they don't do it. Unless they change it, they don't do it off your credit no more. They never did.
I mean, they do certain how much they will give you. Like,
that's what I'm about to say. You can't just buy whatever you want off of it.
No, you can't. You can't just buy whatever you want. But shit, Layaway ain't the Layaway got the same too?
No, I mean, Layaway, you just had to put some money down on whatever it was.
Oh, you had to put.
You had to keep paying, and then you could get it.
Yeah, then you can get it.
Talk about the real Christmas MVP back in the day. That Kmart layaway, y'all. How many Christmases did the Kmart layaway make happen for kids that otherwise probably wouldn't have had anything? Like this one right here. Shout out to my mom. Abused that Kmart layaway system.
Bro, the layaway was like a revolutionary thing that happened back then.
Oh, you mean I can give you just a little bit of the money and you can hold this for me? And then when I get paid, I can bring you back a little more and then a little more until I pay it off.
Yeah, I think this allowed a lot of us as kids to get the crazy toys that we never thought we'd get. And our parents put it on layaway for us.
That's how I pretty much got everything cool that I ever had was layaway.
I mean, it was a beautiful thing for like a, lower income family to actually get the toys your kid wanted. Like, how cool was layaway?
Is layaway even still a thing?
I don't think so. I mean, fuck, my credit card's layaway.
Thanks to all the moms out there making miracles happen on Christmas for their kids, no matter how you were doing it.
Yeah.
My mom was struggling out there, single parent. She made shit happen. I'm talking not paying the light bill. on time to hit that layaway or to
Skipping a
get
couple bills.
Yeah. You know, she'd get around to it, or
Mhm.
water bill get cut off. You had to go pay it, you know, get it turned back on. Shit wasn't always easy, but you know what always was popping? Christmas, y'all. I want to talk about.
Okay.
See, and I think that probably is the big difference right there because, like I said, layaway, you had to pay it off to get the product. But like now with the afterpay and all them, you gonna get the product and you still paying on it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. As somebody who fucked their credit up before, I'm not a fan of getting this shit beforehand. Like, just I'm me personally. If you could ask me which one would I prefer, I would prefer the layaway because sometimes you get this stuff, and then if you get it and then you really don't enjoy it, you're gonna hate paying that shit off. Like, imagine if you put something on Connor and it was just a pair of shoes or something you wanted, and the shoes don't fit right. You gonna be mad as shit paying them. Or you bought a shirt off of Shein or something. I don't know how y'all use this stuff or what you use it for. Some of that shit I feel like you shouldn't be using. If you got to sit here, if you get something from Shein and you got to put that shit on Afterpay, bro, you shouldn't get it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I want to be a little bit judgmental. Like, that shit ain't expensive though. Like, don't be putting no fucking Afterpay on some goddamn shit from Shein. Like, nigga, save your fucking money, put that shit in your car, and come back to it. But again, I will be pissed if I order something. If I order something from Shein or if I order something from the TikTok shop, you put that shit on Afterpay and that shit don't come in the way. And look, let's be clear, I'm not gonna lie to you. One of the biggest finesses in fashion right now is these flare up pants and these stack jumps. To get that look that niggas got, you gotta sag your fucking pants. That shit, I be hating when I even see niggas be. I'm like, bro, this is not how the pants really. Pull the motherfuckers up on your ass, nigga. Because that shit, it look like the pants is baggy than what they actually are. They're not that baggy. You just gotta sag them a little bit. And I hate the fact that you gotta sag them. And that's why you gotta wear the big fucking t-shirts with them fucking pants to get the look you looking for. I know that was just kind of random, but I wanted to say that shit because it be pissing me off every time I see niggas, especially on TikTok. Hey, get these new pants and this, that, and the third. No, them shits is sagging on your ass, nigga. And that's why they tell people that if you go and when you advertise something, I'd rather you sit here and say, hey, to get this look, you gotta sag just a little bit. I ain't saying you ain't gotta sag crazy, but you gotta pull them down just a little bit to get it to hang over your shoes the proper way you wanted to hang over. That's just something that I kind of just wanted to get off my chest because it kind of been mind boggling.
What does it mean? Because you told it though?
I'm sure, but even the shorter people, just to kind of get it to sag the way. I mean, I'm 100% positive because I'm taller, but even I still just because I'm looking at the way they wear it, a lot of them kind of still just sag it just a little bit to get that proper the way you wanted to hang. And I'm not gonna lie, I seen this joint. It was like I seen this shit like last week, and it was this girl. She was, I want to say, looked like she might have been an Iverson Mall. I ain't 100% positive, but she was like, I'm not a fan of sitting here crucifying the niggas who can pull some of these outfits off.
So I walk into this store and this is the first thing that I see. Nothing but crop tops. And I don't care how much money you niggas got or how fly y'all think this is. I do not like this whole little thing that this is setting up. Why do a nigga got a shirt on that reach his motherfucking belly line like me? This is ridiculous. A whole wall full of fucking crop tops. Y'all niggas is ridiculous, brother. Brother, y'all need to get it together, brother. This ain't it right here. So
and the only reason why I disagree with that take is because the nigga got to be in shape to wear them jumps. So if that is an outfit the niggas got to sit here and physically keep themselves up to be able to actually be able to put on, I'm not mad at them. Like youngest rock the crop tops. If a crop top look good on you, nigga, put that shit on. Because I know for a fact, guess what? That's an outfit that you ain't got to worry about a fat nigga wearing. Ain't no fat nigga gonna be able to pull no goddamn crop top off. So if a nigga can sit here and put him a little crop on, that nigga, and that's what you got. If you got to stay working out just to do that, I'm pushing anything that help niggas got to keep their ass in shape to be able to pull off an outfit. So I'm not even mad at the niggas who are pulling off the crop tops. If it physically look on point on you and it don't look crazy, man, keep doing y'all thing. I ain't mad at you for that one. It was one more thing real quick. Damn, I was just shooting my brain. It just literally went there and I absolutely forgot about it. Oh yeah, what we talking about? Sneakers and clothes.
Best sneaker all time.
Real quick, and before I play this, and this is why I do want to sit here and give Wale some credit, and this is why I really sometimes I fuck with him when he do certain Johnsons, and even especially when he do the sports podcast. And I'm not gonna lie to you, Club Shay Shay making his way back. I do feel like Shannon kind of interviewing some niggas that he ain't got no business interviewing, especially like with the blue face shit. But I understand he trying to get himself back over the hump. And I even seen the list of like when they was like daily sports shows and stuff like that. And Shannon Sharp had 2 Jones on. He had Club Shay Shay on it, and he had Nightcaps. So again, shout out to Shannon Sharp because the niggas was literally thought they was gonna close the casket on him and it was gonna be over. And that nigga slowly but surely building both of them Jones back up to goddamn perfection. Damn, go ahead, real quick. And this is what I was about to say before I played this Wale Jones. I do this one thing I do say about sports, and then this is maybe because I listen to too much sports media, and I do feel like that kind of trickled even sports social media with the shit. Though allowing athletes to actually just have a rough year and be able to build themselves up. Because Caleb Williams, let's be clear, Caleb Williams came out on a sky high, and I just felt like niggas was on his dick way too much. And so it kind of made me dislike him last season. But to actually see him have a horrible season last year, and for him to kind of like even right now while we watching this game, this nigga is fucking balling out. And he is looking like the hype that niggas gave him coming out. And I say the same thing about Wemby. Because sometimes it means, of course, if you work in sports media, I guess that's your job to hype up certain players. But it'd be sometimes where niggas just be like too much on dicks, where it was like, and I felt like even maybe because I just don't fuck with Colin Cowherd no more, he just was too much on Caleb Williams' dick, where it was just like, all right, dog, like don't you like let the nigga fucking play a game first before you sit here and suck him off like this. But for one, Caleb Williams is here. He from here, and in the way it looked like in the playoffs right now, the only 2 black quarterbacks I'm gonna have that you made a root for will be Caleb Williams and Jalen Hurts. So shout outs to Caleb Williams. Shout outs to people who may be listening and you may be related to him. Caleb Williams is balling out right now. This nigga is literally, he don't look like a second-year quarterback right now. This nigga's looking like a grown-ass man. And he putting on a fucking clinic. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. And that's another reason why if I owned a football team, I would never fucking sit here and have a stadium and we got to play with no fucking, like, I'm only getting a dome. If I own a football team, there's no way in hell I'm owning a team and I don't got a dome stadium. Because if I'm trying to get a team that's going to actually be able to put up and go to the Super Bowl or make real playoff pushes, I don't want the weather to fuck up my chances. And I feel like that shit with Buffalo is like some of the stupidest shit ever. I feel like Buffalo is never going to fucking win a Super Bowl just for that purpose of playing in that dumbass stadium.
Yeah, that's their last year.
And when we talking about just glazing, man, I'm telling you, I don't know how many of y'all listening right now actually got to watch that Buffalo and Philadelphia game in real time. But man, Tom Brady was sucking this shit out of Josh Allen dick that last drive. And he was literally, I'm saying, he damn near like, if you listening to Tom Brady, he cashed the shit in like, oh, this shit was over. Josh Allen just like Jalen Hurts shit the bed. And listen, all he was saying was some real shit. The Philadelphia Eagles play like pure ass the second half. They could not get in the end zone. That score going into halftime, it was 13-0. And the final score of the game ended up being 13-12. So the Philadelphia Eagles could not put another point on the board. But that last drive, he was just making it seem like the game was over and the Bills was going to win. And Josh Allen, they went for the 2 and they lost. But if you was listening to Tom Brady in real time call that game, man, I'm talking about the way he was sucking Josh Allen dick was crazy, dog. And for them to end up losing, and he went complete silence when they threw that 2-point conversion and they didn't get that shit, he just had egg on his face because he just rolled that nigga dick the whole way down the field. But again, like I said, I mean, it's getting close to the end of the year. The playoffs is right here around the corner. But I do want to play this clip of Wale. And again, like I said, shout out to Wale because he just, to me, people won't, if you're from the DMV, when you hear this take, you will appreciate it because I do feel like our sense of style before the internet was completely different from the rest of the world, the shoes and stuff that we appreciate. And I appreciate for him because he was so heavily into just dressing into the sneaker culture. He can always speak highly of this being from a DMV person and somebody, if you was actually outside and you around that late 30s, early 40 age group, you'll appreciate what he's saying.
Some variation of the Foam Posit Max.
The Foam Posit?
Foam Posit Max, yeah, the silver Tim Duncan joints. That's probably my... Yeah.
Is the greatest sneaker all time?
Yeah. I was like, whenever I got to pick one, I'll normally go
over the Air ones.
Well, that wasn't our thing in DC.
Jordans.
Yeah, we like J's, but my personal favorite, like the Foam Posit Max, this is silver. It's got the air bubble on it. It was a time, like it's my nostalgia factor, and also it hasn't been on the market in a long time, so I still, but it's probably that. Or if I could probably say a Jordan, it'd probably be like the 3s or like the Aqua 8s or something like that.
I like them. I can see the 3s. I like the 3s. Mm-hmm. The 11s.
11s is classic. We like
when he came out with the 11, it was over. When he came out with the Concord, it was game over.
Crazy.
And then he came right back with the Breads.
Yeah, the black ones. Yeah. Man, that was dangerous during that time. They was knocking shit down for them joints.
For
back
sure.
In the day.
Did the Space Jam? Yeah, he just kept it going. Then he came.
I remember I skipped school to buy those Space Jams. I remember that day. Yeah. I think that like the shoe game is a little different now. It's just a little oversaturated.
Yeah.
Little, but that's why like what I like is a little different now. Like I love my SB Nikes and stuff like that.
Oh, so you're a dunk guy now.
I've been collecting dunks for like so long. I got
So what's on you got the Krugers, you got the Paris, you got the Pigeons.
I got some Parises, but they don't fit and they really damaged. But I'm still looking for a fresh pair of them joints.
Man, you see the price on the thing?
Yeah.
You ain't trying to pay that, are you,
I
Wale?
don't think I'm gonna have to, but
you will have to.
I don't think I'm gonna have to.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so. Who knows?
Hopefully they retro.
No, nah, I don't think they will.
I don't think they go retro them either.
But that was a great time, and like just like the silver box SBs, and that was a great time. It ain't like that no more.
You got the Krugers?
Nah, I ain't get the Krugers. They dumb limited. They're like 1,000 of them joints. A lot of the ones people got is fake, but I like them joints. They kind of grails. Yeah, I got Pigeons. Got De La Soul. De La Soul.
I got a daily.
Yeah, those probably like the high tops. Those probably like some of my favorite ones. Supreme Lows, the Red Supreme Highs.
But just going back to the Tim Duncan part, to me was the main part that I kind of just like. Again, when we talked about the foams a couple of weeks ago, when I sit here and said just when they actually came, especially when you talking about those silver Tim Duncans, because I mean we didn't live in that, and that's again the difference between our parents as kids and a good thing is just by the time those came out, I was out of high school and I was outside or I was working. Was I working at Six Flags at that time? And I ain't gonna shout out to Six Flags. It's closed now. I used to rob that. I only worked there for a month, but boy, I fucked that motherfucker up, dog. Oh my God. But again, shout out to everybody, because at that time, your parents wasn't buying you no $200 pair of shoes. So again, if you had those Duncans when they came out, you had to actually have your own job. You actually had to be hustling. You had to have your own money, because most people's parents was not spending $200 on no fucking shoes. So that's why even when he said that, I kind of understood. I knew how times was back then, because I was actually just graduating from high school when them shits came out. And I know for a fact my mother was not paying $200 for no fucking Tim Duncans. So if you wanted to pay a Duncans, your black ass better go get a fucking job and go buy your own Duncans. But that's the separation, because at that time, Jordans wasn't more than 150 at that time. So for that 200, 220 shoe, nigga, you had to, and to that day and age, that felt like, nigga, you was the richest nigga in the world if you had a pair of Duncans on your feet. And when you went to the go-go with them Duncans, bitches kind of showed you a little bit different type of look. And again, that's all materialistic bullshit, and it's a young kid mindset. I don't care. At that time, I was still a kid. Those 220, having to pay $220 shoes on, and motherfuckers knew you bought them, and that's the difference. And that's why I'm telling you, y'all got to make y'all kids sit here and go get a fucking job or figure some shit out, because that's the difference back then. And when niggas seen you wear a pair of $200 shoes on, they knew that you bought them. Your mom and dad didn't buy them for you, because you knew for a fact ain't nobody mother and father buying them no $200 pair of tennis shoes. But again, it's a different day and age. Y'all willing to sit here and kill yourself.
99?
Nah.
Yeah, that's the original date. They re-released the retro one, came in 2011.
I ain't talking about the 99. Yeah, that's the shoe I'm talking about. But what grade was I in? I thought that was in ninth grade or something.
They said debut in 98.
Oh,
with Tim
fuck.
Duncan.
Or maybe I ain't have them until 2011 then. Maybe. Damn. Well, let me shut me the fuck up. I damn sure know I ain't having no 99 or no 98 then. Just real quick, I do want to play this joint because welcome to Derek, because I'm not gonna lie. I seen a conversation on social media where they were
about to come back up.
What, the Duncans?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm in this old age, the way my feet set up, I don't necessarily like some shoe. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's one thing. If there's not a running shoe, I don't necessarily know if I could just jump out there and just be like, hey, I'm gonna go buy a pair of shoes, just because I gotta be able to put my foot in the shoe. If it's not a running shoe, if it's a running shoe, I can kind of I know for a fact, hey, let me, especially if they got them in wide, or if I can go up to like a 14 or something. But like a regular basketball shoe, I may gotta damn near almost do like a 14, 15. I ain't just about to sit here and just off the whim. Like if I can't go in the store and put my foot in them to figure out how they feel, I'm cool on that. But yeah, like I said, online, I seen it's a conversation about Welcome to Derry, and a lot of people are saying Welcome to Derry was the best TV show of the year. It's hard. I don't, because I'm trying to really, because I seen the Jonah Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry, I don't think Tyler Perry got nothing to compare to Welcome to Derry. I don't even want to say something stupid like that out of my mouth. But I'm trying to think about like what shows of just a straight 2025 shows. Maybe Welcome to Derry might be number one. And I just like the fact that you couldn't binge while you had to just wait every week to watch that joint. Like, which one do you prefer, Erica? Watching a show straight through or weekly?
Straight through.
For real?
Yeah. I'd rather watch it straight through.
Maybe I like the weekly just because I feel like I can do other shit. Because I feel like when you watching the show straight through, I feel like you damn near can't do nothing else but watch that show. And maybe I only feel like that because I feel like we gotta come on here and talk about it. So I'm like, all right, I'm trying to finish this beforehand. But it's just like, yeah, I like the weekly shit.
Because I feel like I might forget or whatever.
But that to me, and that reason why I like, and that's the reason why I like the weekly show, because I feel like that determines on how good of a show is. Because I'm like that with Bel-Air. Like I watch, like if I sit down and I watch it, I can watch maybe 2 or 3 episodes back to back. But then if I forget, like if I just watch one and I cut it off, I'll forget that I didn't finish it because it really don't keep my attention like that.
Yeah.
And that to me is how you can really, because I'd be like that 61st. Oh, I wasn't doing shit else until I finished that whole jump. So I do think that's how you can kind of judge shows. Like, does it keep your attention enough? Or if it's a weekly show, does it make you geek into like, damn, I can't wait the next week to see what happened? And I feel like that is how I felt about Welcome to Derry. That's why I feel like realistically, off the top of my head, I can't really sit here and give no real argument to another show being better than that show, because every week I was geeking to watch what was the next episode of Welcome to Derry. Like I wasn't letting them episodes pile up or nothing. I wanted to see, and that was one of them shows like I didn't kind of even want to get online to even see what people was talking about, the kind of, so nobody couldn't even spoil it for me until I actually seen the episode. So again, like I said, I don't disagree with nobody. If you see here and say Welcome to Derry was the best show that came out this year, I wouldn't disagree with you. I'm not mad at you. Oh, you could. A good fight for that could be All Her Fault. That was a good ass show, even though it was a series and you could watch and you could sit there and binge watch it. So I do think that's one of the things that kind of again helped Welcome to Derry, because it was bi-weekly or weekly.
I couldn't get past like maybe the second episode of All Her Fault.
But you finished Welcome to Derry, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I can't
because I didn't watch All Her Fault. It could.
But the fact that it didn't, that's what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
But the fact that it didn't keep your attention, does that kind of lean more?
But I'm maybe one of the few people that didn't care for Welcome to Derry either. I feel like probably the last episode probably was the best one for me.
And for all the people who did watch Welcome to Derry and you did like this season, they did already get, and that's how you know when the show is really on fire, when they already got renewed for season 2 and 3.
Yes.
Like that's how you know. That's how you know it's some shit on fire when you know you got it. And that's again. That is why I do love the power of social media too, because people can get just in real time. You can kind of build community behind the show. And I think sometimes with shows like that, and that's again when people
I think somebody I meant to send it too, but he was explaining like it's better off doing series than actually putting.
Yeah, I think this may be the same nigga that I'm about to play him, or if it's not him, it's this white dude who said that. I've been seeing a lot of those little movie reviews who've been saying that, and I do agree. I kind of agree with that because it helps you. You're not trying to rush and put everything into one. Like, we about to do, because that is, for people who don't know, of course, Welcome to Derry is a play on a spinoff of It. So again, but instead of sitting here saying, hey, because I think they put out a bunch of movies and they were saying what they would like us to get their own series, and people like Freddy Krueger or Jason, and those shits would be tight. Like Freddy Krueger would be tight though. If somebody did a series spinoff with Freddy Krueger, that shit would be fire. And it is certain shows though, even like Jason and stuff like that, where it's kind of you just making it into a series instead of trying. I'm not even gonna tell you another one. I don't know how they could do a spinoff, but I wouldn't be mad if they did one with Scream. They done. I mean, they didn't done Scream. I mean, you talking about Scream is like up to Scream 6, so it's kind of a little bit hard to probably do a spinoff to that one. But I wouldn't be mad. I definitely wouldn't be mad at a Jason Jones or Michael Myers or Freddy Krueger one.
How to watch every Stephen King adaptation that ties to Welcome to Derry in chronological order. Now, as we know, a lot of Stephen King stories take place in one shared universe, and everything on this list either directly ties to Welcome to Derry or was briefly mentioned or hinted at via Easter eggs in the show. So without further ado, let's get into it. First on the list is Shawshank Redemption. This is the prison that Hank, Ronnie's father, was about to be sent to before the bus accident. Now, Shawshank Redemption takes place from 1947 to 1966. And since Welcome to Derry took place in 1962, that means if Hank actually made it to the prison, he would have been there for some of the events of that film. Next, of course, is Welcome to Derry that takes place in 1962. But since we just finished watching this show, there's no need to talk about it too much. Next stop on the timeline is 1975 with Salem's Lot. Now, just hear me out for a second. Salem's Lot had 2 very brief brief Easter eggs in Welcome to Derry that honestly, I wouldn't even blame you if you didn't catch. Now, it was briefly mentioned that Bob Gray and Ingrid used to vacation in Cumberland County. I don't know why and shit, but that's where Salem's Lot took place. The second mention is when the lynch mob that burned down the black spot mentioned the Boone brothers. And the Boone brothers just so happened to be two main characters from that story. Yeah, like I said, wouldn't blame you if you didn't catch that. Now, these next three are real easy. We ain't got to spend too much time on them. You got 1980 with The Shining, of course, because of Dick Halloran. Of course, after that, you got 1989 with It Chapter 1, and It Chapter 2, which takes place technically in 2016. And then this is when shit gets really crazy, because in 2018, there was a show called Castle Rock, and Castle Rock also relates to Welcome to Derry, because one of the central locations of Castle Rock was none other than Juniper Hill Asylum, which was heavily mentioned in Welcome to Derry. Plus, Bill Skarsgård is also in that show, and he plays a character called The Kid. And this hasn't been confirmed yet, but a lot of people think that The Kid is actually Pennywise in disguise. I don't know how true that is, but hey, sounds crazy enough. I'm gonna just let them have it. And then the last stop on your Stephen King multiverse trip is 2019's Dr. Sleep. Once again, of course, because of Dick Halloran and The Shining. And that's it, guys. Everything that relates to Welcome to Derry given to you in chronological order. If you haven't seen any of these other than the obvious ones, I highly suggest that you watch them. Or if you like me and you already seen everything, go back and rewatch it. It might hit different this time.
And that was one of the reasons why I have never seen it, but I see, because a lot of people, when I was making, people like, man, you need to go watch this or that or that. I didn't want to watch it because I seen some people that when maybe the very first episode of Welcome to Derry came out, people was comparing it and people were sitting here trying to say it wasn't better. I mean, of course, as it went on, then people would kind of change their tone on it. But originally, that first episode, it made me be like, down, yeah, I don't want to watch it yet. Because if you go on HBO Max, every time the episode of Welcome to Derry went off, they offered, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you may want to watch it. And I never just watched it just for that purpose, because I didn't want to sit here and spoil it for myself. But again, like I said, I was definitely a fan of Welcome to Derry. I can't wait to see how they kind of play it off on season 2 and season 3. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know how people can continuously kind of try to defend Drake, but he be just saying some and doing some corny shit. Like I kind of took this story as like, it was kind of corny to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. I kind of want to get y'all opinion after I play this clip, but I ain't gonna hold you. Like that shit was like, bro, what?
Yeah, all right, I'm gonna tell it. Fuck it. Let's say it. Well, you remember when the Sweetie Bentley was going viral? Remember there was an ice blue Bentley. It was Sweetie's car. Yeah, and they said that Quavo had got it for it. Yeah. And I was like, oh, like I saw it for sale somewhere. So, and this is like when we were first on Stake, and I was just, paper was just running. So yeah. Or maybe it was before that. It was before that? No, it was around that time. And so I was like, man, I saw it for sale, and like, yo, I'm gonna buy that back for my dog. So then I kind of tried to do the same thing where I was like, I invited him over, and I'm like, yo, like, come over to this party. I parked the whip right in the front. But you did buy it? I bought it for him. Yeah. And I was like, he pulled up, like, he's like, oh, like, he thought she was there. Like, what did he say? What did he say? Nah, it's not about it's not about what he said. Shout out to Joe. But he really didn't understand the joke. You gotta take. Okay, all right.
Because nigga, that shit wasn't funny. That shit was corny. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why? Why? For what the fuck is the point? Like, what? Tell me what the point of that shit was. Like, I bought it.
Fucking talked. I thought it was just I didn't know it was actually him talking about it.
Yeah, like nigga, what? But why would you do like to me with that shit? If I bought a bitch a car and me and her broke up and then I end up getting the car repossessed, like why the fuck do you want to buy? I don't want the car myself, nigga. If I wanted the car myself, I wouldn't have got it repossessed. I would have fucking took the car and drove it. Like, what the fuck is you? Why are you buying it and giving it back to me as a gift? Like, it be just some shit to be like, bro, Drake, you're just a corny ass nigga, dog. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And real quick, to give Drake some props, because last week, and I meant to say, I made it a topic on last week's episode, but I didn't get to it. Dog, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was in the gym and like that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Niggas be giving Drake a lot of hell about him, and I don't lie. I hate that he let Kendrick Lamar trick him out of fucking with the Atlanta niggas, because dog, he used to get his shit off on them verses with them Atlanta niggas. Like, I was just randomly listening to like some Drake features. It was him and Lil Baby and him and Gunna and Lil Baby. Like, nigga, he was going so crazy on some of them features. Like, this nigga Drake was just leaving his body. Anytime he got on a song with an Atlanta nigga, he was going crazy. And you know he was going so crazy every time he was doing songs with Atlanta niggas. That's what got Lil Baby that real crazy motion when him and Lil Baby was on Once and Knees together. Was that Once and Knees or was that I know once in these I want to say is wham, 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 bitch on the baby. It's the other joint, whatever that one off of that little 3-pack when he put out one of them little Scary Hour Johnson and Lil Baby had that verse. What he say? I ain't the GOAT, but I fit the description. That's how you know that Drake was on such a crazy run doing songs with Atlanta niggas that Lil Baby clinked them up on that song and niggas like, oh my God, you heard what he said? And that's when he came up with the little something. It's the middle of the summer, and I got my hoodie on. Like nigga, Lil Baby went so crazy on that jump, but it reminded me like, dog, Drake used to really get busy when he got on songs with them niggas from the A. And that's again when I sit here and sing so many. I mean, of course, people on the internet got mad when I sit here and said about the Migos and Outkast. Y'all know one thing I love about the internet is the wrap-up shit just passed, and I forgot to do it on this jump. It's kind of over now by this point. But you can go on Apple Music. Y'all not about to sit here and make me change my opinion on music when I know for a fact y'all niggas wrap up, y'all wasn't listening to Outkast. And that wasn't me trying to shit on Outkast, but then even people was like, well, you can't compare them to. I say, okay, if I can't compare Outkast to the Migos, then tell me why Big Boy haven't had a successful solo career as Offset or Quavo. He put out fucking Big Boy still put out music. He put out an album in 2021. He put out a single. He's on a fucking song in 2025. Y'all don't give a fuck. You wasn't checking for him. You wasn't listening. So that has some validity with, again, I understand for most people on the internet, you don't have your own sense of thought pattern. You don't know how to express your own feelings on how you feel about certain things. So you just kind of, I'm gonna say whatever safe is because I want my opinion to be valid. So I keep it safe. But if we just being honest and you just breaking down the nooks and crannies, because like even when Marcus doing Wu-Tang, like niggas, at least niggas in Wu-Tang can sit here and say when Method Man separated, he still had his own motion and still put out other hits outside of being in Wu-Tang. It's been quiet for Big Boy in a long ass time.
But I think that's hard for anybody in it. Like,
but that's so that's my
many that can do
so of course, so that's why you got to give the Migos way more credit. Nigga, Quavo was on arguably the biggest song of the fucking summer, and niggas is still take me through there. Like niggas still, you still can catch a nigga doing the holidays and literally during the Christmas time, he literally just had the Emmitt Smith shit. These niggas, this is him by himself. This ain't me and the Migos. This ain't me and the group. This is me and YK Nice. Take me through there. That's my whole point. Like, nigga, you can't, I understand that it's easy that people want to, you don't, because maybe, I don't know how y'all view the Migos and why you don't want to give them credit. Maybe because you don't feel like they're real lyricists or whatever. But just, nigga, facts is facts. You cannot deny that these niggas can still, just last year, fucking Offset had one of the biggest songs on the radio with him and fucking, what's that? Was it Burna Boy or was it, not Burna Boy, but Don Toliver? Like, nigga, that song was all over the radio. You can't deny these niggas still know how to make hit records and they separated it as a group. And you got to think about it. Imagine if they was back a group and it was all of them niggas on the song together instead of them going their separate ways. So again, like I said, I hear people, I understand we just live in a day and time where it's hard for niggas to have their own opinions or you may even feel sometimes.
People got their own opinions. I mean, everybody don't agree with the same opinion.
I mean that's true, but I think a lot
you get the conversation.
No, of course, for sure. And I appreciate the conversation. I appreciate people, even if you agree or disagree and it becomes a conversation. But I think a lot of times people are, if you pay attention to it, even when you ask, especially people who are like from New York, you'd be like, hey, what's our top 5? If everybody top 5 is too similar, I don't believe your top 5. Because niggas ain't gonna have the same top 5 if I ask you about some sports shit. But niggas, that rap shit, like you come on, dog. Like we all ain't grow up in the same, like, nah, dog. Your everybody opinion can't be the same. You can't have the same because music is more, to me, music is more opinion based than it is. It ain't no stats, nothing to really kind of hide it behind. So you can't, it's no way in hell if I ask you what's your top 5. If I ask 5 people what's their top 5, all 5 of y'all shouldn't have the same 5 niggas. That to me it just seemed like somebody don't have no real opinion or somebody's scared to give their honest opinion. But again, when we talk about music real quick, we can kind of go back to somewhere else. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Shout outs to fucking Fabulous, dog. And Fabulous and that's one. So for people who don't know, of course, 50 Cent had his little back and forth with Jim Jones and Mano and them about them being squatters. And we played the clip last week when he was asking the landlord how much money they owe on the building and this, that, and the third. So they had that little back and forth. And then they put out a freestyle called Squatters' Rights. And it was a freestyle, and all 4 of them did a freestyle. It was Jim Jones, it was Mano, it was Davies, and it was Fabulous. To me, the 2 standout ones, of course, was Jim Jones and Fabulous. Jim Jones' verse wasn't going to be nowhere near up to the par of Fabulous. And that's where I kind of am a little bit probably more disappointed in Dave East than I am Mano, because I don't look at Mano as like no super lyrical miracle barda rapper, but Dave East could really get his shit off. And I think for Dave East, he's one of those people who kind of just like, The fucked up part about for Dave East is because he's kind of more of a lyrical street rapper. Sometimes look, being too much of a pretty boy kind of can it can be to your detriment, where it's kind of just like niggas ain't gonna give you the credit for how good of a rapper you are because nigga, you just too cute. Pause, no homo. Like it's just I mean, that just is what it is. He don't make enough girl songs, so he kind of missing his calling. He put out a fire. I ain't gonna lie to you. He put out a fire project where he was kind of doing some soul sample over like old 90s Joan. It was like I forgot the name of the project, but if you go on Dave East, like Apple Music or Spotify, Joan, the cover is like they redid like the cover of Martin, and it's just a picture of him, and it kind of got like two, like it literally looked like a redo of a Martin cover, man. And that project was fucking fire. I ain't gonna lie, but it was all, you know what I'm saying? It was all samples and shit like that. And they was doing old 90s flips, and it was a lot of girl songs. But again, a lot of that stuff go over the radar because I feel like he didn't for that project. I don't know if all the samples wasn't clear, so he ain't try to go too crazy with the promo because he didn't want to draw too much attention to it, have to pay people too much. But again, like I said, just for that, like Dave East can really rap. So for Dave East to kind of, it seemed like for him and Mano, it seemed like they kind of mailed their verses in with Jim Jones set the tone. Like Jim Jones was popping his shit. He looked sweet in the video. He had the coach was going crazy. Like he was talking that shit on there. Like I ain't even gonna lie, Jim Jones got his shit off. But then of course, Fabulous is gonna be Fabulous, and he showed you the separation on just like, and I think that is one of the reasons why people like, again, for somebody like me who get on a podcast and be like, nigga, Fabulous turned into an Instagram model. Cause it's like, nigga, rap. Why the fuck ain't you rapping? You can rap. And I think that's where people get frustrated because the nigga showed you how good he can, man. I haven't seen that many people do lyric breakdowns since the Kendrick and Drake back and forth. Like niggas was doing real live over, like going crazy with the lyric breakdowns and he was saying this, that, and the third. He was dissing this. And like, man, shout outs to Fab. Fab went absolutely crazy on that joint. And I like the fact that niggas on the internet was calling the space like, no, 50 Cent, you was a rapper first. Niggas, it's cool. Like you can't, even for 50, you can't hide behind the TV shows because nigga, you only got one left. Like I get it's cool. Like you can sit on the internet and do all the memes, bro. You a rapper. Niggas ain't trying to, like, I'm not here to laugh and kiki with you with no fucking memes. Fuck them memes, nigga. Get in the booth. And the great words a lot of is you gonna rap or you gonna tweet. And 50 Cent be trying to tweet too fucking much. Like nigga, and I think sometimes we'll get to the point where people will. I seen a lot of people on Twitter and on social media when they was making their videos giving Fabulous and credit was like, bro, nobody ain't trying to hit. We don't want you to meme your way through this, nigga. Get in the fucking booth.
Yeah, right.
I mean, listen,
when the last time you heard 50 Cent rap?
On the intro to all them songs? But niggas don't want to hear.
That was for the show. I'm talking about like actually rap.
No, okay. Listen, I'm not disagreeing. I don't think nobody is disagreeing, but I think I think 50 gets the luxury to hide behind because he's still successful. So niggas don't look at him like how. Like, let's be. I mean, again, I don't know how long you've been listening to Joe, but when Joe first started podcasting, when Nicki and when her and Meek was in a relationship, and she tried to shit like, oh, you doing your little podcast. Niggas don't never look at 50 Cent and be like, oh, nigga, you stop rapping, you making these little TV shows because how successful his shows is. So he gets to hide behind that, but if niggas got in the booth and rap to you, you can't sit on social media and just make me like this ain't Ja Rule, nigga.
But I don't think he would do it.
Yeah, well, if you know what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. So all I'm just saying, if you ain't gonna get in the booth, then leave these niggas alone. Go find somebody else to play with. Don't keep trying to play with them because they got in the booth. They got in the booth and actually rap. And let you know, and I like that because again, when you see him saying he have his back and forth with Fat Joe, or if he have his back and forth with Cameron, or whoever, all of these niggas ain't really active rapping, so niggas kind of just like, even for when he was going at Joe Budden, where it's like, all right, Joe not rapping, so you kind of just like, you know that you ain't got as much time with to be able to go back and forth with 50 Cent. But when niggas set the bar where it's like, nigga, now you got to go get in the booth. You got to go get in the booth. You can't sit here and you can't tweet me to death. You can't meme me to death because we got to keep that same energy like niggas have for Drake. You got to have that same energy for 50. Nigga, get in the booth or shut the fuck up. And again, in the great words of Lotto, nigga, you gonna rap or do you tweet? And niggas ain't gonna respect no nigga who's supposed to be a gangster and all this. And that's a lot of that extra New York sauce that niggas be putting on because y'all niggas scared of 50 Cent. Fuck all that, nigga. Get in the booth and rap. If you ain't gonna rap, zip this shit up. Change next conversation then, nigga. Get back to the Diddy shit. Next call. Leave them niggas the fuck alone because they got in the booth. And I don't want to hear all that old TV show shit, nigga. You got 2 episodes left for Tommy and then 1 season left for Raising Kanan, nigga. You back to the drawing board. And Stars, y'all need to cut the bull.
What's his name, right?
You got what?
Origins.
The Origin.
What's that?
The Tommy and Ghost Origins. I guess like where they met the beginning.
I mean, I guess. I feel like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. After you allowed the Tariq shit to kind of go down, because I feel like with any of those shows, you kind of needed people to kind of just. I feel like you needed the Tyreek shit to keep the stars lights on and to kind of keep people's
I think Tyreek gone.
You said you don't think he gone?
Mm-mm.
What you mean? Why you say that?
I think that's what that phone call was.
What you talking about? What phone call?
At the end of Tyreek, the phone call he got was like, "Oh, we still family" and all that when he was walking across the campus.
I mean, we're gonna see. I just, like I said, I just think for 50, I think he got to just be a little bit more strategic with what he got going on, and I just think realistically, he got to put out a little bit more. Them shows got to come a little bit harder because I just think that Power universe is losing its luster, and I ain't sitting here saying like I still watch Tommy shit, but it's just not. It's just like it's cool. Like isn't to me, it's not must see TV no more. It's not like damn, I can't like when me and Erica was just talking about like. Are you like binge watching shows, or it's like, can you miss an episode where it's like, I mean, I feel like if I wasn't podcasting, I don't necessarily know if I even still would be watching Tommy shit because it's not like it ain't like I gotta watch this. Like if I watch it, cool, but if I don't care. And this is not me just randomly one day picking on 50 Cent because nigga, I'm literally probably the only podcast to sit here and talk about. I don't give a fuck from big to small. Niggas don't be talking about 50 Cent shows for real. I feel like them shits is just not as those shows have kind of they have lost their run a little bit. So it's like, and I'm not just blaming that on 50 Cent. I feel like Stars do a horrible job. Like Stars be finessing 50 Cent so bad. And that's why I don't be mad when 50 be having those little moments where he be going at them because like you use 50 Cent to get people to subscribe to Stars. But like if you just like that little app, that TV app you sent me. If you go like on the Stars junk, like they'll show like the day that Tommy junk come out, it'll be on there heavy. But then for the rest of the fucking week, you showing all these other miscellaneous shows, and you know people ain't subscribed to Stars for them other shows. Why you not showing the 50 Cent shit as much as you show? I forgot whatever the other what's the name of this other fucking show that they always be advertising? Let me tell y'all the name because I don't even like they always be showing this shit, and I'm like, what the fuck is the name of this? Like this, I'm not even like niggas ain't trying to watch this shit. Why y'all keep showing this shit? They show this shit all day long on Stars. What's the name of this show?
It's an active show.
It's a Spartacus. It was SPRTACUS. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it's like they always like they literally that show be up and down. Like anytime I look at that app, if I'm like I'm trying to watch Tommy Jones or like see if it came on, they always showing that show. And I'm like, bro, niggas ain't paid for their Stars or watching Stars for this shit that you sit here and keep trying to advertise and promote to people. So I mean, again, that was just something that I was just wanted to get off my chest real quick because I did see this, Joe, and I mean, of course, because I actually listened to Ebro and them, but I don't like this kind of little backhanded shit he tried to do with Charlamagne. He did come back and clean it up, but I just don't like the way he did it originally.
Listen, there were things that Charlamagne was willing to do that I would have never done. Never. And that's how you get to those big bags.
Because I don't to have the people like the iHearts of the world want to hand you this much money.
But it's the same with Stephen A. Smith, though. When Disney wants to give you money like that, you got to do a dance I ain't willing to do.
You could have. I think you could have done it. I don't know if you would have gotten the Stephen A. 30 a year is a big one.
Who?
You.
No.
But I think you would if you had flipped it on and done the dance right, you could have got yourself a nice 10, 15. I think that's.
Oh yeah. But I can't do it.
Ebro, you should have been at Turning Point USA this weekend. This could have been you.
Nah, son, it crossed my mind.
You could have been lit.
Because imagine, if I start sitting down with the, give me a name.
Candace.
Oh,
Ben Shapiro.
Hey, come on.
Tucker Carlson.
Oh, come on.
I mean, you really go all the way to Nick Fuentes.
I mean, me and Nick would get it popping.
I mean, well, you guys could find some common ground. It's all about finding common ground.
Common ground will we find?
Listen, I'm sure you guys could find the same person you don't like here or there. Have yourself a little chit chat.
Well, apparently, me.
Because listen, and again, like I said, just off of straight face value and him saying that it just realistically, we calling a spade a spade. It just sounds like some hating ass shit. It's like, bro, why you just can't give that man credit for what he's did and what he has built? Because I feel like you sitting here trying to like backhanded compliment him or try to slight him for sitting here having conversations with some people that you may have felt like you don't want to interview or you don't feel comfortable with giving a platform. Because of course, a lot of people killed the Breakfast Club for giving a platform to Candace Owens, but you're not giving Candace Owens a platform because Candace Owens already built her platform for herself. Because the Breakfast Club ain't just picking up random niggas off the street unless you're doing some super extravagant black excellence stuff. They're not just giving random people no platform. So Candace, even for him to trying to bring that up, like I feel like a lot of people, or anytime the Breakfast Club do stuff that people may disagree with, I feel like people try to discredit them. But even for every Candace Owens, what about again for when they give spotlight to somebody like Angela Rye? And I always sit here and say that, but he did come walk back and try to clean it up a little bit. Did he tag it on his own, John? He did. He didn't post that on his page. Oh, maybe he did. Why I can't? Oh, here you go.
Some clips of us talking about Charlamagne's $200 million deal, and people were saying we were hating because I said, quote, I didn't do the same dance. What I was trying to articulate is basically I have a belief that when you are black in the United States and outspoken against what is seen as the norm, or outspoken, especially in this current climate, against Trump in the ways that I have been since 2016 and beyond, or as overtly outspoken against white supremacy and unwilling to have conversations with people who propagate white supremacy, I won't even entertain it. There's nothing for us to find common ground on. But there are individuals who are willing to do that dance, and that is rewarded financially in our society. It always has been. Or people who are just willing to, at the wrong time, be critical of a black woman running for president of the United States.
But here's where I'm pushing back on you. Number one, no, it's not hate what you're saying, but we're not going to play a game.
And let's be clear, even just when he's saying that, where I feel like is disingenuous, dog. Kamala Harris just had she just had a book. She just went on a book tour. She had Charlamagne come and narrate 2 dates on her book tour. So for you to sit here and make it seem like he didn't go against her. He still has to do his job. So yes, does he still have to sit here and criticize her sometimes when other people may feel like it's uncomfortable to criticize her at that time? He can, because they already got a friendship, and obviously they got a friendship, but that's why she sit here and brought him on her book tour to sit here and narrate and interview her on 2 different dates. But again, I think sometimes, and I hate the fact that people who have these bigger platforms don't take time to still listen to other people's shit, because you sit here and go for clips and then y'all sit here and form opinions, and now you got people like me who sit here and make time to listen to all you niggas in full context and not just clips. You're just dead ass fucking wrong, and you just hating. No, Charlamagne earned that $200 million. I don't give a fuck what none of you niggas say. He put in more work than 90% of you niggas, and that's the reason why he got that fucking bag. So again, shout out to Charlamagne. I don't give a fuck how Ebro tried to save face on this one. You were just dead wrong. You sound like a fucking hater.
And that is rewarded financially in our society. It always has been. Or people who are just willing to, at the wrong time, be critical of a black woman running for president of the United States.
But here's where I'm pushing back on you. Number one, no, it's not hate what you're saying, but we're not going to play a game and pretend that what you're saying is an outright compliment. You are saying it at you have to be willing to compromise certain principles at certain points. And this program and what we do, we don't compromise principles. We do what we do without compromising principles.
I saw some clips of us.
Yeah, like I said, I totally disagree on that. I feel like you only feel like that if you don't actually watch the Breakfast Club in full context, and you just kind of just going off of clips, or you seeing whatever the Shade Room or one of these blog pages may be picking up. I just don't, like I said, I don't agree with that one at all.
Intellectualism is winning. And look no further than Aiden Ross calling out Hassan Piker and calling him a T-word, calling him stupid, saying he's uninformed. and also telling Haas that he didn't correct a fellow streamer, I Show Speed, because he said Palestine, which is the correct pronunciation. And because of that, Aiden then doubled and tripled down on said pronunciation. Now, let me be clear about something. Aiden Ross is largely responsible and contributing to the male loneliness epidemic, which has proven to be self-inflicted. On top of this, Aiden Ross has hosted, taken dating advice from, and even sniffed the chair of Andrew Tate. The same Andrew Tate who is being charged with S trafficking. The same Andrew Tate who's being charged with R word. The same Andrew Tate who apparently, according to the New York Times, was discussing many things with Trump officials, including Paul Ingrassia, and even getting as far as Barron Trump. Now, Aiden Ross is someone who I see as a perfect example of what happens when you go down the alt-right pipeline. This guy started out as a 2K streamer. And then what he decided to do was dabble in politics. He has a big fan also in Barron Trump. And it seems that the world's just aligned, where he hosted Donald Trump on his stream. What really just gets me and irks me is that someone like this is not deserving of the platform they have, but they are exploiting so many things with young men and boys in order for them to give them their time, give Aiden their
Real quick, on my only, I guess, pushback to what this dude just said, and I just had to, I apologize, I had to take a piss break, so I just played it, so I don't even really know what he's talking about. But just that little piece that he just said right there, where I will give pushback. I don't sit here and never feel like you can complain about the platform somebody built for themselves. I think the only thing you can complain for is where you kind of got to be a little bit more pushing back on the parents, where it's like, it's the parents' job. Because I'm sure most people who listen to Aiden Ross is still young. Some of them may be teenagers, maybe early 20s. But I don't feel like nobody, again, when I sit here and said I don't care about what Kai, like the same thing with, I really don't give a fuck about whatever Aiden Ross got going on or the other little dude. But I do feel like it just go to an age thing. It's just like if their parents, if you don't allow your kids to watch certain shit, it'll eliminate some of these people growing a platform as big as it goes. But if you're allowing your kids just to sit on social media and scroll and you don't know what they watching or what they got going on, then shit like that, it happens. And then niggas like this have a platform, and now you sitting here giving pushback, and it's a little bit too late, because after somebody already gained millions of followers, it's like you can't put the fucking whatever you can't put the toothpaste back in the jar then after that. But real quick, I do something that I just bet, because it's getting, as soon as it get cold outside, if you ever want to know if you really are actually like a pet person or a dog lover, have a dog during the wintertime, because I respect when they dog. I'm talking about them days and it be cold as shit outside, and I be seeing people walk their dogs, and you gotta put a little coat on this motherfucker dog. I'm sure everybody dog is a little bit different. So some people dog may be happy and like when you put the coat on, then I'm sure some people dog hate when you put that shit on them. So, but just going outside in this freezing cold, 'cause I know most people don't even want to take their trash out when it gets super cold, but you got to go outside and walk a dog every day and it's super cold outside. That's a different, again, when we sit here saying like picking relationship shit, it's easy to walk your dog when the weather and it's nice outside and it's hot and it's springtime, it's the summertime. You happy to go walk your dog and y'all can be outside kicking a bobo, walking all around your neighborhood or walking wherever. But when it's cold as shit outside, you really don't want to take that motherfucker, but like a hot skip and a jump and hurry up and go back in the house. That's when you know if you really love that goddamn dog or not. So again, shout out to all the people who are actually real dog lovers, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I ain't built like that one, dog. I'm sorry. Question for y'all: do y'all do like New Year's resolutions? Do y'all write like do vision boards and stuff like that?
I have done it in the past. I have done it.
Do what made you stop doing it? You just kind of you feel like you outgrew it?
No, just I mean, because you don't have to wait till the new year to do it.
No, for sure. But I kind of always wonder, like, I mean, I'm not. I feel like I'm not. I knew they was gonna make that shit up. I feel like 7. It ain't gonna come on at 7. It gotta come on at like 8.
That's cool.
You don't feel like that's early for a Sunday night game? Yeah.
Most of the games be done.
What you mean? Oh, probably because yeah, I'm sure because it's the last. Because I was say because it's the last week of the season, and then a lot of them games they still gonna have games on like Friday and Saturday and all of that. Real quick, I guess a real quick sports question: do you who do you feel like which quarterback has the most pressure on them going into the playoffs? Do you feel like it's Josh Allen? Because I feel like everybody else kind of playing with house money. If you see him saying Brock Purdy or fucking Drake May or Bo Nix.
Please me because it's their first time. The expectation is
Yeah, like it's not no real who got. I mean, even Trevor Lawrence or Justin Herbert. Like
Brock Purdy got. I mean, he went to the Super Bowl. So
but I feel like people don't put too much pressure on him just because off the strength of like.
I mean, yes.
I feel like a lot of people still feel like he like
Josh Allen because yes, you were the MVP, and this is probably your easiest way to get to the Super Bowl if you can get to the Super Bowl because you ain't got to worry about your kryptonite.
You ain't got to worry about none of them niggas. You don't have to be the niggas who was in your class and you people you getting compared to Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes. Like y'all four niggas was in a conversation by yourself. You ain't got to worry about none of them. Nobody else got more pressure than Josh Allen. Because it don't matter, because we already seen it don't matter what fucking Jalen Hurts do, niggas gonna criticize him regardless. So win, lose, or draw, it don't make it. To me, it's like Jalen Hurts, it don't matter what he do, it is what it is. I feel like even if they end up winning the Super Bowl again, niggas still gonna criticize Jalen Hurts the whole fucking summertime. So I feel like realistically, the only nigga who got real pressure on him right now is Josh Allen, because like you literally going up against a bunch of niggas who ain't. And the crazy thing is, who gonna low key come and steal the fucking show and it's just kind of like gonna go smooth up under the radar. Watch, it's gonna be fucking CJ Stroud. I ain't gonna lie to you, and that probably I forgot about CJ. CJ may be the only and they got a black quarterback. That may be the team that I'm gonna really get behind during the playoffs because I forgot Houston got they got a real you look at that nigga, he look like a hard he cutting on some young boy when he in that fucking locker room. So again, for Houston, yeah,
you know he sued them
for Houston.
Yeah,
what you mean?
That's how he got the job,
huh?
So he got drafted by Houston. It was a while ago. He got drafted by Houston. He got traded to the Eagles. And when he was playing with the Eagles, they played against Houston. He ended up tearing his Achilles. So he sued them for, I guess, ending his career.
I never knew. You telling me something brand new. I never knew this.
He sued them and they settled it in court or whatever. And then they ended up hiring him as the head coach. I didn't know that. I saw it the other day. I thought I saw it in the group chat with y'all.
I mean, I don't know. I doubt it. I don't think if you did, I ain't see it.
Yeah.
Let's go back to parenting real quick. Oh, this ain't parenting, this is dating.
And don't be mindful of the woman that's too convenient. Because there could be there's likely some legitimate challenges that are embedded there that you're not actually equipped to solve.
Yes.
So don't go being a partner to her problem when you can't actually solve it. You're not doing her a service. So anytime, it seems like you being there and y'all getting physical and there's smiles and laughter for the short time, but you know full well that there's some things that aren't right about it. Right. No. This some parts of it shouldn't be so convenient.
That convenience ultimately is the most inconvenience you'll ever experience in your life.
Most
on
detrimental.
the negative side.
Yeah.
Because everything changes due to over convenience in that area. Absolutely.
And it could be misleading to you because I don't know if you've experienced it, but if like a young lady that's into you and she's way more into you than you are to her, and she'll drop anything to get time with you because she's just into you. Right. And it happens. It happens both ways.
Yes.
And you start managing it accordingly. I know she gonna, what I'm saying, if I tell her to pull up, she gonna pull up.
Right.
If I hit it at 2:30 a.m., she gonna drive. You know what I'm saying? So now you're creating an expectation and you're taking advantage of probably some insecurity that she has, that even if you do get to the point where you're committed long term, at some point that's gonna start to unravel.
It is.
Right? Either she's gonna completely devote everything to you and she has no life and realizes that she's making you her priority and she's not a priority. That's going to be a problem.
You don't want it.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a problem. And that could either be a hard left or she could stay in it and she cannot be fulfilled. Like either way, either the buck and I'm not doing this no more, or I'm going to sit in it and not be fulfilled and feel less than a woman, them ain't the parts that you want to.
You know what's so crazy? I talked about this maybe a couple of weeks ago, but I'm sure probably the way I said it wasn't as eloquent as they broke it down. But I totally agree with that. I do think sometimes you have to be, as a man, you got to be a little bit more conscious on the woman who is just, she got too much free time on her hand, because especially if you got goals and stuff already in your mind that you got set for yourself. And I know realistically, lonely nights make it hard for you to stay on task for whatever your goals may be. So then your flesh kind of gets the best of you. And I guess the fucked up part about it as a man, and I said this before, it's a lot harder to just cut shit off where it's like, you know, for a fact you shouldn't have realistically even opened up this Pandora box because you was kind of already focused. And when you kind of in your stride, it's so easy to kind of stay on task. But then again, like I said, all it takes is one lonely night for you to open a door you got no business opening. And then this woman becomes super clingy. She always wants you to come over. She always calling. You always want to like talk through the whole entire day. And then you kind of regret even opening that door. But then it's like, if you let it go too far without closing that door back, and you may have, and again, like I said, for some men, I think it's way harder to close that door. It's way harder to call off some of those relationships that you know you got no business with even. And even if it's not a real relationship, it's just some sexual shit. It's kind of hard for you to be like, man, bro, I'm cool. Because especially for a nigga, if you're not really out here chasing pussy, you kind of be like, you be happy the days when you can just luck up to get some, but sometimes it's not necessarily worth the extra headache, especially like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like the older I get, you kind of want somebody to have their because I think we all joke about it, like, oh, I'm super clingy. I like a clingy person. And you like it until you want you want to accomplish and do other shit, because now they're in the way. They're clingy. Some people clinginess never cuts off. For some people, like I could be somebody like, yeah, you may have your moments where it's like, of course, in my brain, like when I'm watching 61st Street, I kind of like, damn, this would be a cool jump that you could lay up with somebody and watch. And it's like, and you going through the series, like it's 2 seasons. I could have laid up for 2 seasons and watched this with somebody else and wouldn't have been mad. But now after it's gone off, I would be pissed now that I kind of got now. Like, if you open up a door and you watch 2 seasons, like think about what we talking about. What was them shits like 8? Was they 8 episodes or 10? It was 8 episodes each season. You talking about like 50 minutes? You open up a door now. You just spent all this time with somebody. And they think it's something, and realistically, it was nothing because you just allowed it. You was looking for something to help kill the time, but you wasn't really looking to commit to something. You watch fucking 2 seasons of a show with somebody laid up. Now they feel like it's a real commitment. In 2025 going to 2026, a motherfucker feel like you in a damn near relationship with them. That's what I'm saying. And that's how they will feel. But again, you got to sit here. You have to be honest with yourself and know for a fact that you can open up a door that most people you're not really willing to open that door. But you got to be honest with yourself about that. And I do think realistically, especially for men, you got to be careful because niggas love some easy box. But that easy box all the time ain't the best box for you, especially if you're taking long term, because some women just ain't. They ain't gonna let you get out of there just with the ease. When you trying to like some women are super aggressive where they not just allowing a regular ghost for you to go ghost. Like you damn near almost like sometimes, you know, like, damn, all right, cool. We ain't talking in like 2 weeks and then just a random call. You be feeling like you damn near got to violate them for them to leave you the fuck alone. And I don't mean physically. I mean like verbally. You got to like just be like, man, bro, this like you got to say, like, I just wouldn't recommend it. All I would just sit here and say,
all of a series got to be for you to end up in a relationship while watching.
What you mean?
Is it a series or just the fact that you've shown her you have like time?
Time. No, well, I mean, I guess both of them. You sit here and lay up with somebody for 2. That's damn near homosexual. If you saying, I don't know how fast you can get through a whole series, but even if it take up, I mean, I guess maybe if you get through it in a day, maybe they don't feel no type of way. But if it taking like a 2-day little process and y'all just laid up watching TV and y'all ain't doing nothing, you ain't touching your phone, you just kind of like. You open, people gonna think it's something more than what it is. Cause I know for a fact, me personally, I wouldn't just with a random, I wouldn't just lay up and watch no fucking TV for 2 days with somebody. So I do feel like that is very misleading to somebody if you sit here and lay up for 2 days and just watching TV with them. They're gonna think it's more than what it is.
But okay, my question: have you ever been in a situation where you went over there? You wasn't trying to fuck or nothing like that, but you ended up like just watching TV and you had a good time.
Yeah, you just watching TV and y'all can just catch a vibe and you ain't trying to hit or nothing. Yeah, that can happen for sure, but that don't mean it don't. I still think you just gotta be caught. You just gotta be careful, especially with people who got too much free time on their hand. Like as an adult, somebody with too much free time on your hand, that shit just become annoying. Especially if you don't have as much free time as they have, and I think that's the part that make it annoying. Like if I know for a fact I really don't got free time and you got too much time, you can call me all times of the day. That shit gonna be annoying. That shit is gonna annoy the hell out you. And it's gonna make you in your mind be like, dog, you don't got nothing else to do. You don't got nobody else to talk to.
What if their free time is different though? Like
I don't give a fuck when their free time is. It's just like if I don't have the free time, I just don't like it's gonna annoy me. And my free time ain't never gonna be spent just catering like to I'm cool, dog. Like that shit just it wouldn't be for me. And I've said that before. Who was this one, man? Doctor. Oh yeah, I did one. I forgot about this one. It was a huge conversation that was floating around on the internet about of course, because Venus, I believe her pictures of her getting married, and she married a white man, and that shit started to float on the internet. So of course, that started the conversation of some people, black people saying, trying to push it on all black men didn't never find Serena or Venus attractive, and that's why they end up marrying white women. And that started a huge conversation, and it was a huge back and forth with that one. And let's be clear, and I love it especially when women come up even with the clap back for men, where they kind of get to debunk some of those conversation pieces. It was like the biggest lie that y'all can ever sit here and say is men didn't find them attractive, and the whole Common and Drake beef. You talking about Common, but these are talking about two niggas who are pure. I'm talking about all American snipers on every level. I think Common only date black women, so you have never even seen him date nobody but black women. So for that for Drake and fucking Common to actually get in a real beef with each other over Serena Williams, I don't even know how y'all even think for that to even be a these are two niggas who can literally damn near probably have any women they lay eyes on, and these two niggas was beefing over this woman. How could you even batter your fingers or your lips to sit here and say black men didn't find them attractive? This is two men who can literally damn near have any black woman they lay eyes on, and these two niggas wanted her that bad that they started beefing with each other, and it was cool for the public to know it was over this woman. But again, the internet gonna always internet, and people will try to place the blame. And I do like the fact that some people just like, bro, black niggas found them attractive all the time, and just these two women just may have liked white men more, or found their safe place with the white niggas. But I'm gonna play this little Dr. Umar because it's been a minute. Dr. Umar,
so what the hell he been hiding that?
That's why I say he just literally just popped back up.
Compton, she's marrying a white man, like her sister. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna be very tactful, Art, because I know what Venus and Serena had to go through. And let's also remember, Venus was out there first. She paved the way for Serena. A lot of people forget that. Even though Serena is the greatest tennis player of all time, even though she's starting to get some competition with Coco Gauff and some of these others, shout out to them and the racism that they have to deal with every day. But remember, Art, white people were calling Venus and Serena monkeys, apes, animals. They were not put out the tennis matches. Remember, there were white people asking for Serena Williams to be tested to make sure she was not a man. They were calling her a transgender, Art, on the field, bro. So imagine, and I don't know what their self-esteem was like before they started playing tennis. Think about that. Their father was a strong black man, but we don't know what their self-esteem was like before that. We don't know who else influenced them. So you got these two young black women, trailblazers, kicking ass all over the tennis world, being disrespected about their hair, their body, their beautiful chocolate skin, their lips, their nose, their buttocks. I love both of them sisters. I love them both, Art. It hurts my soul to see Serena Williams marry outside the race, but I know why she did it. She had been made to feel unattractive. Venus and Serena were the victims of psychological trauma at the hands of white America that Nicki Minaj loves so much, that she says she's so proud of. It was this America that did that to Venus and Serena. White people traumatized them two sisters, Art. And that's why, although I don't agree with Venus's recent decision to marry a white man, I don't agree with Serena's decision to marry a white man. At the end of the day, Art, these two women went into a hostile, white-dominated sport and took it over, and white people never forgave them for it. And in doing that for us, this is how I look at it, Art. And Venus and Serena sacrificing their childhood and their adulthood to show black girls what was possible on the tennis court. The collateral damage was their self-hate. And in order to rescue their self-esteem, They married outside the race because neither one of them wanted their children to look like them. And they didn't want their children to look like them because they didn't want their children to be subject to the same type of ridicule and hurt that they suffered. I'm not giving an excuse because it's unacceptable, but I am giving a psychological explanation for Venus and Serena's behavior. If I saw them walking down the street, Art, I give them both a hug because I love what they did for Black girls and Black women. I love them sisters. I would hug them if I saw them tomorrow, but I would still tell them, I'm still disappointed at you for bunny hopping. No ice, no rice, no spice, no sand, and no salsa. She's from Compton. She's married.
So again, shout out to Dr. Umar, because I do like his breakdown, and I think that is one of the reasons when I come on here and say, and a matter of fact, shout out to Coco Gauff, because I want to say I think Coco Gauff is I think she's the highest paid female athlete, period. I want to say I think she's number one, if I can remember right. I want to say it was like with $33 million a year, or she made $33 million in 2025. I believe that was the number for Coco Gauff, and I think that put her as number one. But that is one of the reasons why I just constantly come on here and say, I don't care how you feel about especially some of these female rappers, or especially some of the WNBA players. I just think realistically, you have to do your job, especially as a Black man, to just speak up and speak highly for these women and not just jump on the hate. Because it's I say this all the time, is the crazy thing is some of the stuff that niggas repeat, you repeating because a bot page made it up, or maybe imagine your talking points is coming from some little white boy that's 16 and from Kansas or Missouri somewhere. Like, just think about what we sit here saying, like, because sometimes a lot of these shit you all be repeating, you're not even repeating this shit. Another Black niggas don't feel the way that some of these conversations, niggas ain't even having these talking points. But y'all niggas will sit here and repeat them, or you'll be in the comment section on saying and agreeing with some of the goofiest shit you could possibly agree on. So again, like I said, I agree with everything Dr. Umar is saying, and that is, again, one of the reasons why I believe in just celebrating, especially these female rappers and WNBA players. And I'm not just saying it because I don't enjoy their music, because I absolutely love their music regardless, and I enjoy watching the WNBA, but I'm still not going to be one of those niggas who, because I think a lot of niggas enjoy shit and just enjoy it in silent and won't come out and sit here and celebrate people as loud as you will appreciate them maybe in the quiets of your home. So again, like I said, shout out to Dr. Umar. I do agree with that one. And like I said, I'm not even super mad at, I ain't mad or don't care who they married anyway, but I just hate the conversation that people try to make it seem like niggas wasn't geeking over it. Especially, man, nigga, you know how bad niggas, especially when like Serena was like OD super thick with this, man, niggas was geeking over Serena. I ain't trying to hear none of that shit y'all be talking about. Y'all just be saying shit because it's the internet. But it was, oh man, it was this one young lady on the jump. I want to play this clip because especially for Erica to kind of give us the common sense woman breakdown on this one. So it was this lady who was in a gym. I'm just gonna play this shit because this shit kind of was mind-boggling to me, dog.
In the middle of our workout. So I just walked out on a man in the middle of our workout at the gym because he tried to play in my face. Now, to give you a little backstory, this man has been following me. I met him once a while ago. He's been following me. I made a post about needing to get back in the gym and how I'm being inconsistent. He was like, I can help you. I took him up on the offer. He's cool. I was like, okay, cool. Let's just be gym buddies. That's it. Like, I need somebody to hold me accountable, and that's fine. So we did go work out. Everything was cool. The first time we worked out, it was good. I was like, hey, you want to do this again? Like,
okay, can I just say one thing real quick about this? Just for any, and I get it, for niggas who just like, I listen to them say, if you work out, I know, nigga, this has been every nigga who work out, this has been your shit. But if you actually like working out, keep your peace, dog. I'm not trying to work out with I ain't even trying to work out with no nigga who just learning how to work out or just first time coming to the gym. We go, like, when the weather break, I'm cool with whoever. We can go outside, we can run, we can jog. Would you someone actually in the gym and niggas got to lift weights and all that? Yeah, I'm cool. Like, that shit is like, and I know niggas do that all the time. Like, I've been niggas, I've done it before. Oh, you want to work out? You want me to sit here and me work you out? Let me help you. I've done it, and I've been successful at doing it. I understand the play, but dog, if you actually give a fuck about getting a good workout in, skip this shit, dog.
it was cool. Now, after the workout session, he did express romantic interest. Do I know that men are attracted to me? Yes. I'm not stupid doodle dumb. But does that mean I'm about to be with you, date you? No, we're just doing the gym thing. I very much keep men at an arm's length and a distance at all times. But he was like, you know, if you ever want to go on a date, I am feeling you. I was like, I know you were attracted to me because, again, I'm not stupid. But I'm like, let's do the gym thing. I think this is good. I'm not really looking to, date right now. We're just going to be gym buddies. So we're in the gym today, right? We're doing our workout. Everything's going well. And then there was this woman that approached him. So I don't say nothing. I just kind of looked at her. Now she did look my way and she was like, hey, I saw you. And I was like, oh my God, that's my dad. Turns out the woman is his daughter. Now we had just talked about the daughter. I think the first time we worked out, we talked about the daughter. So I'm familiar with her. She's not familiar with me, right? So they're having about a 3-minute conversation. They chopping it up as they should. But at no point during this conversation did he even look over to me or did he even say, oh, hey, that's my friend Sheila. We're working out. Simple. We're gym buddies. All you could have did was introduce me, but you didn't. So she walks away and he kind of seems like we're about to continue this workout. To which I got off the machine and I was like, yeah, I'm uncomfortable with that. I felt very unseen. Like, we're platonic friends and you could have just introduced me. Now, you did express romantic interest. And with you having romantic interest, you should have for sure introduced me. Which lets me know, like, are you hiding something? You ashamed of me? Because I'm that girl. What you got to be ashamed of? What you hiding me for? I can't be hidden. I show up too big. I thought about interjecting myself, but why would I do that? This is your daughter. You two were having a conversation. You could have just simply turned to me and said, hey, this is Sheila. This is so-and-so.
Y'all want me to finish planning, or y'all want to get y'all opinion now while y'all got it out on y'all brain? Y'all want me to, she got like another minute left for whatever she want to get off.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, so it lets me know you're not ready for me. If we were to date, you're not the type of man that I need you to be. Because if you express a little romantic interest in me, there was no way that you shouldn't have introduced me to your daughter. You're not trying to, for whatever reasons. I don't have time to figure out why. I don't care the reason why. I'm gone. Because you asked me to be here. You reached out to me. You were like, hey, I'm adamant about working out with you. If it was platonic, it could have been an introduction. Either way, I don't play that game. So I left. It looks like I will be going back to work out by myself. But I'm like, if you couldn't stand up and be a man and be a leader and just introduce in the friend stage, there's no future with us. And if it really were friends, if we truly were friends, you could have introduced me. So I don't know what the game is, but I'm not here to play it. So I just walked out.
So go ahead. I want y'all to go. I want y'all to go ahead first. Go ahead.
It's just, she can't be real.
She was dead serious.
You told him that you were not interested in him romantically. Now you could have been like, "Hey, this is my daughter," or whatever. But it's not that. But it's not that serious.
If my daughter was just coming in and to give me her keys or whatever the case may be.
Well, no, she said they had a conversation. I mean, I'm not saying I agree with her, but she said they were having a conversation.
Cool, they were having a conversation, but me introducing you to her for what? If you're just my workout buddy.
That's it. Again, that's the part that confused me, because I'm like, if you told this nigga, if he told you, hey, I like you, whatever, but you shut it down every time he tried to flirt with you, you basically shut it down and said, nah, I'm cool, we just workout buddies, I don't want nothing more, nothing less. Then why would I introduce you to my kid? Because this is only our second time working out. So realistically, I don't even know you for real. What the fuck am I introducing you to my kid for? This is literally the second time I've seen you. I've seen you on social media. Cool. I may have been flirted with you a couple times, been in the DM, but I don't know you for real. This is only our second time in real life. We're just working out, and you made it clear that's all we doing. So why the fuck would I introduce you to my kid? For what? You sit here saying, oh, you can't introduce me. We're not even friends, dog. We're not even friends. This is literally only our second time working out. Like, you ain't my homegirl. What the fuck are you talking about?
He dodged the bullet.
That man, you be wondering why niggas just sit here and can be okay with just being to themselves, because just look how delusional and crazy that would sound. Like, that just don't even make no sense. Like, I can't defend that and be like,
Did she interrupt the workout or something like that?
The daughter?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess she came up. So I mean, of course, if your daughter come up, you're gonna stop real quick and speak.
So only thing I can see here is just based off manners. Like, hey, oh, this is so and so.
Yeah, I do. I was kind of thinking that.
I think from what it was, they were probably talking or they were working out, and the daughter came in. So just off of manners, you don't have to be like, oh, this is my girlfriend, this is my best friend. You could be like, oh, so and so, this is so and so, this is so and so, and then keep the conversation going. Everything else she was saying is just irrelevant because you don't want to be with them, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree with that one. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is a trend that's kind of been going super viral, and I'm like, I totally disagree. I'm gonna play this clip of this young lady speaking on it, and then I kind of just like, I literally just think, man, I'm telling you, I just be lost on this shit. Like I know I'm getting too old for the internet.
you don't want to post your man face, if you don't want to post your woman face, just don't post the picture. Mind you, this is only our people doing this. I have friends and associates of other races, and they're posting their partner. But then it's us doing whole photo shoots and blurring the face out. Just don't take the picture. Don't post the picture. It looks so, I don't want to say certain words on here because the internet sensitive. Childish. It looks so childish. And it's hard to understand because I respect people wanting to be private, or my partner don't like social media, then stop putting them on social media. And then y'all blurring the man face out, but you're not blurring your baby face out. If anything, that baby needs to be protected from the internet, not that man. If you don't,
I like, again, I seen this a couple times recently. Like I seen the Christmas jump that probably went the most viral. It was a woman, she blurred, like it was literally like 4 of her kids on the jump, and it was her and the dude, and she blurred the dude face out and his 4 kids. Like if you go, why would you blur the dude face out and not the 4 kids? Like that makes no sense. I seen
why even post a picture?
That's but again, I think sometimes people do it trying to be funny. But I seen a woman post her wedding pictures with the dude. I'm like, why would you get married to somebody you got to blur their face off on the internet? Like that, I'd be so fucking confused. Like, what the like? Make this shit make sense to me, because it ain't nothing. Listen to what I'm telling you. If I'm getting married to somebody, and I'm taking it to the, I'm not even off the marriage shit. If I can get somebody pregnant and we having a kid, I'm not keeping you private to the world. If I got to keep somebody private to the world that I'm willing to have a kid with, make that shit make sense. I'm on the internet every day running my fucking mouth, and you telling me I'm gonna lay down and have a kid with somebody, but I cannot show the person I run my mouth on the internet every fucking day, and you telling me that I gotta hide the person I'm having a kid with? Are you fucking dumb? Imagine me getting married and then I don't sit here and post my fucking wedding pictures. What the fucking type of shit is that? Or I post my wedding picture, but I blur her face out. It's me, and it's a bride with no fucking head.
No point in posting the picture then.
Well, man, I'd be like, bro. And you know what make it worse is when people post it and it be motherfuckers in the comment section champion that stupid shit. Like, that's when people like, we are cooked. I swear to God, I'd be like, bro, this can't be real. Like, why we man, dog? Some of the shit people champion on the internet is some of the dumbest, stupidest shit on God's green earth, dog. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you.
On a date with an NBA player, a professional athlete. He took her to dinner. That's it. Then he took her home. Then she found out he was going around and telling people that they had sex. And she was very upset about it. And I thought it was hilarious. But I wasn't laughing at her. I was just laughing at how differently men and women approach life. Because she asked me what I would do. I couldn't even keep a straight face. She was like, it's not funny. Don't laugh. How would you feel if some famous girl was going around town telling everyone you had sex? Would you like that? I said, I think I'd prefer that more than sex. Y'all got my permission tonight. If you want, tell everyone we had sex. Come to think about it, is there a higher honor as a man than a woman inflating her sexual partners on your behalf? Because that's a sensitive topic. A lot of women lie about their sexual partners. But if they choose to lie about the amount, they're not adding names to the list. See how quiet it got in here? Because some of y'all know, some of y'all treat it like it's taxes. A lot of deductions on that sexual partner. A lot of exemptions and write-offs. Some women hide their sexual partners the way billionaires hide their money. I got a couple bodies offshore. Y'all don't talk about it. They're like, I fucked them under a shell company. That wasn't even me. I had bangs back then. I was a different person. I don't know that girl. Men, we lie too, but we lie differently. We lie up. We treat it like it's our hype. Anything we can add to the list, we'll take it. You dance with me too long. I'm like, count it. Welcome to the list. I got one friend, she figured sex out for women. Perfect rule for the ladies. Listen to this. She told me she don't even count a guy as a sexual partner unless he can make her finish. I said, that's the perfect way to keep your number at 0. You're going to be a virgin forever. And I agree with the ladies. I think that should be the law. I think in order for it to count as sex, you gotta make her orgasm or it didn't happen. Hear me out, fellas. I think it could work out in our favor. Think about it. In the future, anytime a man got accused of cheating, you could just be like, babe, come on. You know me. Does that even sound like something I'm capable of doing? You went on a date with a...
That was smart.
All right, real quick, because I guess before we get out of here, we haven't talked about sports yet. And again, I am somebody who is firm on just let's be clear. Sometimes I'm a hater just by general nature because it's the racism in me. I'm cool with being racist a little bit, but then sometimes it's just some shit that is like, all right, that's why I gotta be my white person, and I'm like, I can't see color. And it comes to the Joker. So I do want one of my favorite sports shows to listen to is First Things First, but I do want to kind of have this conversation about the Joker. My only pushback, I guess, for the Joker, I'll play this clip first and then I'll still give my one last pushback to him, but at this point, the type of numbers this nigga putting up is just like, bro, this shit is like literally playing 2K with your man on 99.
I think we are seeing, Nick, the best player ever without multiple rings. This dude is phenomenal. He's about to average a triple-double, 30 points and a triple-double, leading the league in rebounds and assists for the second straight year. He's going to average his triple-double. He's making that like, he's averaging a triple-double. That's what he does. His PER, player efficiency rating, his PER for this season is 35.4. The second best PER in history is 32.8, and he has it. Jokic, LeBron, and Jordan, the best PERs of their career for a season was 31.7. Jordan slightly had 31.7. LeBron 31.67 or something, So it's very close. But that's my point. That is the type of season he is having. And if he gets multiple rings, Nick, it's going to be hard to keep him out of the top 10. I mean, some people are trying to throw him in there already. The guys that have won multiple rings have had some legendary type perimeter guy with them. He doesn't, as good as Jamal Murray is, he's not that. If they don't win multiple rings, Nick, one, you can argue about him being in the top 10. But if you're Denver, you have to be ashamed of yourself. I think we are.
Again, my only pushback against with the Joker argument and even putting him in like the top 10 player conversation all times or even top 5 is I just feel like his level of competition isn't as high or isn't as elite when there was the early 90s or mid 90s, early 2000s, especially that 90s class, like that 90 to like that 90 to 2000 where you talking about it's Olajuwon, Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, Shaq, Alonzo Mourning, all of them, everybody I just named literally already is in the Hall of Fame. So you sit here saying where like, yeah, the Joker's putting up crazy numbers, but I could, if I'm being honest, I don't necessarily know if I fuck with AD, but I don't know if Anthony Davis is already in the Hall of Fame. Embiid probably won't make it to the Hall of Fame the way his career looking like it's going to pan out. So you sit here saying, yeah, the Joker's having this on you. I'm talking about ridiculous. The other game, he literally had 56 points, 16 boards, and 15 assists. Like, bro, that shit is literally playing 2K with your man on 99. Like, nigga, that's crazy. Like, that stat line is crazy. But then again, it's like, he did. What was he playing? They were playing Memphis. I mean, you're not playing Memphis. They was playing Minnesota. That was on That was on Christmas Day, and Anthony Edwards had like 44.
Mm-hmm.
But again, Minnesota don't got no real big man. They got Rudy Gobert, but look, come on, we use Rudy Gobert as a fucking joke. Rudy Gobert ain't going to the Hall of Fame. So that's my only thing where it's like, that will be my only slight to the Joker. You got to give credit where credit is due. I cannot, like, you can't hate on them type of, like, that's literally playing.
That ain't his fault that's when he was born. I mean,
no, of course, but you can't. But I can't. But can I put you?
But that's like Wilt Chamberlain and all them. Like, all right, who was you playing against? Wilt, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't discredit somebody for putting up the numbers. You putting up the numbers.
No, of course, but people do. But a lot of people, when you get into those conversations of people talking about top 5, people do discredit Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell. Was like, y'all playing against mailmen and old niggas who work to go change oil during the daytime and shit like that. You hear those little conversations, but even again, like I said, you can't knock the numbers. Is the numbers. You can't discredit the numbers he putting up. But I still will sit here and say, I don't necessarily know if I can put him up above Shaq. And when Shaq had to go against, Patrick Ewing, Hall of Famer, David Robinson, Hall of Famer, fucking 4-time NBA champion, Hakeem Olajuwon, MVP, and 2 times Finals MVP. So it's like, and Alonzo Mourning, he and all of them niggas is in the Hall of Fame. These was niggas that Shaq had to battle every night.
But
Dikembe Mutombo, rest in peace to Mutombo, are in the Hall of Fame. These was Hall of Fame centers that Shaq had to go up against to get his championships. And then that's not even including the power forwards, Kevin Garnett, Derek Nowinski, Tim Duncan. All of these niggas is in the Hall of Fame. Chris Webber, Vlade Divac, all of these niggas in the Hall of Fame already. This nigga realistically ain't battling. It might not even be no power forwards in his group that's going to go in the Hall of Fame. Let alone a center. Ain't no center in this last, what center in the last fucking 5 years that he been going up against that's going in the Hall of Fame? None of them.
No, Anthony Davis.
Okay, let's say Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis is.
Okay, cool. Let's say AD. That's it.
Giannis.
Giannis ain't even, he not a center, he a power forward, but cool. Let's just say Giannis. Okay, 2. You name 2 niggas. And him and Giannis, and they both, one on the East and one on the West, so they never even had to play each other in the finals or the playoffs or nothing. So realistically, his only person he had to go up against in the playoffs is Anthony Davis.
But that's what I said. I think you can't. It's hard for you to, like I said, I think you're discrediting him because, like you said, he's doing it. The skill set, he don't need to post up. Like, he's doing it off of, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's getting players involved. So I think that's what makes him a Hall of Fame player, because he's not just doing one thing.
No, of course, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not.
So
that's what I'm saying.
why I
I'm
said
not trying to discredit him, but I'm just sitting here saying I can't put him ahead of Shaq or Olajuwon or even David Robinson, and he ain't had to go against as much elite competition as they did. Because it wasn't no dramatic side. You talking about all of these niggas is 7 feet or 6'11", like with super solid 2 something. Like, he ain't even got to go against that. Like, David Robinson wasn't 7 feet tall. I think David Robinson maybe was like 6'11", but David Robinson was like 260, cut like a motherfucking bodybuilder.
But that's what I'm saying. I think when you're giving him his credit, it's just his body frame, the way his skill set is, and how he doing it. Like you said, this is a foreigner in a black man sport putting up those numbers.
No, for sure. Again, that's what I say. Like I said, I'm past him. Wemby. It's some niggas that I was late to the party, and I can admit I was late. I was hating, and you just got to give niggas like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. That 55 game, I was like, all right, dog, this shit crazy. Like, play 2. Listen, what I'm telling you. Play 2K and put your man on 99. Do you know the easy point will be the easy part will get the points, but to get the assist is the extra hard part because you got to get the right. He did that motherfucker 15 different things. Come on, dog.
That's why I say I think. You got to put him in the top. Like, okay, if you what you want to say he's the best big point guard, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I say I feel like it's not fair because, like I said, his skill set isn't different than everybody.
Oh, for sure.
Shaq might have been the most dominant, but then you like, oh, well, Shaq couldn't make his free. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody got that in their arsenal is something that they not good at. So, I wouldn't discredit him because of who he playing against.
No, for sure. Yeah, for sure. And before my last little sports piece, before we get on it, because we did talk about Christmas Day, and as much as you give the NFL credit for last year Christmas Day's games, and of course,
You
no,
give him that shit,
huh?
You ain't giving no real credit. You just gave for the performance. What the
for last year?
Games was ass last year.
Shit,
what games was good, nigga. We got blown out by Kansas City, and the other game was
It was.
I can't remember the second game.
It was Baltimore
Houston
versus Houston.
Yeah, and that wasn't even a good game.
My only thing, I guess my pushback to the NFL is, and I feel for them because if Jalen Daniels was healthy and maybe in your mind you thinking of the Cowboys and the Redskins late in this season and they would have been playing for something, the game would have been a little bit more. And the game was still a competitive game. Like, it ain't like the Cowboys blew the Redskins out, but I think just realistically that game had it don't have that same oomph to it because Jalen Daniels not playing. You needed Jalen Daniels to still play to kind of give that game that electrifying feeling to it, and it honestly just didn't. Even just that fucking the game after that, no, that wasn't Denver. That was Minnesota and Detroit. And like, man, I can't. Again, like I said, and again, I think one thing again. I mean, if you want your pure form of just loving sports, I do think realistically the best thing for your mental peace, especially if you're somebody that's kind of like black conscious like myself. You just can't listen to some of these sports shows. Because if you listen to some of these sports shows and you pay attention to like who the niggas that they'll give a pass to and the niggas that they'll be dragging their ass and kicking their back end, dog, for as much shit as Lamar Jackson getting right now, niggas ain't gonna say nothing about the Detroit Lions not making the fucking jump. Like, think about it. The Lions
That's not the same.
What? Why is that?
Look at their record. What do you mean? They still got to win a record. If this was the what's name, they will make it. If you was like top 8, they make it. It's just because the division is stacked.
Yeah, but you can say, but that, what do that mean for years? Nigga, this is the first year that y'all division ain't stacked. Nigga, y'all division was stacked last year. Y'all had times where that division, that AFC North division been so stacked that all three of y'all made the playoffs.
You're right, but look how you talking about. You got Tampa Bay and what's name? They both 7 and 8. So if you were just going down to what's name about best record,
nigga, the Lions wouldn't be even in their division, even in their conference. They still wouldn't be in the jump. What are you talking about? Nigga, they 8 and 8.
Yeah, now because they lost to 2 games because they lost to us and what's name. Remember they was 7 and 5.
But what you was trying to say, you was making it like nigga, they not. I mean, I get if you could say, I guess the Tampa Bay and the Panthers shit, yeah, cool in that division. But nigga, what do that mean? If that was if you were still going off of just the top jumps, they wouldn't be in it. Period.
Lost those games though. They definitely. But what I'm saying, you saying they kicking Lamar back in more than they would kick because, like I said, Lamar hasn't been on the field and Baltimore's not playing the way they playing. I'm not going to kick. Like I said, Detroit just ran into these problems just now. Recently, these last 2 games they lost.
And they got the same record. Detroit and the Ravens got the same record. So I mean, again, like I said, I just if you listen again, that's what I say. If you just really like sports for what it is and you want your purity in sports, just don't listen to sports media because I can go down the list. Like I even seen it's a post that's going viral of the excuses they come up with Joe Burrow for getting injured.
Minnesota was at the bottom of the.
Yeah, I think the Minnesota they should
have been winning these games.
Nigga, they still what the fuck is their record? They 8 and 8. You know what I mean? Yeah, whatever. They was sleeping on Sam Darnold. They should have kept him. Nigga, he went to Seattle and he doing his motherfucking biggest one. But yeah, like I said, that was it. I guess let me play this clip of Charles Barkley and then we can get into some backups and something else.
You got 5 games. There's nobody else playing. And you know, the NFL got greedy and started adding Christmas game. We used to have this day to ourselves, but you know, Roger Goodell, them pigs at the NFL always want to hog every day of the week now.
They can't play on Christmas.
The NBA.
Hey, dude, we are on ESPN.
I saw those guys yesterday on ESPN talk about it, and they're right. Christmas is an NBA day. That is it.
Okay. I didn't think. Okay, thank you, Chris Kringle. I didn't know that Christmas.
18th
I didn't know
straight
that's the
day.
birth of Christ.
18th straight year. That's a
because of basketball.
5 games in a day.
It's an NBA day.
Roger
Goodell trying to hog every day of the week. And they on Saturday now too.
The 78.
On Friday too.
Again, shout out to the NBA for getting their lick back. I guess we kind of got to go a little bit darker real quick because this was a story that was kind of, I'm sure, like, I don't know what the backstory is, so I'm going to let somebody else kind of break this one down because I ain't going to lie. Just watching that video kind of, I ain't even going to lie to you. I ain't even watched the rest of that video. I cut that shit off. Like, as soon as I seen what the headline was and I seen the way them niggas came in that joint, I can't watch that shit.
And you see in this video is not a real UPS driver. He's wearing a UPS uniform to make the family believe he is delivering a package so that he can force his way into the home. In this case, 2 men came to the house pretending to make a delivery. The oldest son, who was 20 years old, came outside. That is when 2 men forced their way into the home. In this clip, you can actually see one of the suspects wave a third suspect inside. Inside the home were the mother, the father, and 2 toddlers. The mother, the father, and the 20-year-old son were killed. The 2 toddlers were left alive. There are many devastating moments in this case. One that hasn't left my mind is the portion of the video where the younger toddler walks up and sees the mother deceased on the ground and starts screaming. The older toddler runs in and pulls the younger toddler away. And at that age, they obviously don't understand fully everything that's happening, but they know enough to understand something is seriously wrong. And that older toddler knew enough that they needed to get their sibling out of the situation. Court filings showed that allegedly one of the victims was involved in drug trafficking and the suspects may have believed that there would be drugs or money inside. One individual identified in court records as Mingo was located about an hour later after being pulled over by the police. Reports say that Mingo initially arrived in a blue Altima and that car was registered to him. Court filings also show that Mingo was a former UPS employee, which is how he had access to the uniform. When he was stopped, officers found the UPS uniform in a backpack. His fingerprints were also found on a box inside of the home. He has been convicted and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The 2 other individuals you see in the video were also convicted and are expected to be sentenced in January of 2026. The man you see in this video is not a real UPS driver. He's wearing...
Again, like I said, I heard some of the backstory before, so I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that makes it, watching that video or hearing what happened makes it any better, but I guess even kind of, like you just, I mean, when you live, I guess, that double life or you kind of living your life on the street, you kind of just got to be extremely careful when you know what I'm saying, how close you keep some of that situation to your family. Because I mean, again, hearing the story, seeing the way it played out is sad. But then when you kind of get in some context to it and sitting here saying that this person may have been, involved in drug and high level drug trafficking and stuff like that. I mean, the fucked up part about it is, I mean, that kind of come with the street life. I mean, and you can't, and I get it, I understand, like people, you watch it and you see it and it's not like it's not happening to a black person. So it's a little bit harder. And like people are like, oh my God, I can't believe it. But the fucked up thing about it is, if this family was black, I kind of wonder, would people feel that same way if you hear it was attached to some drug situation? Because I don't feel like people would be as sad, because when we talked about it, what was that, a couple weeks ago, with the situation that happened in Sacramento with the dude at the birthday party. Again, something that street life is just, man, it gets so tricky because you don't want it to trickle over to your home life, because everybody don't play by the same rules. And that's the messed up thing about the streets, is because it's like some niggas will be like, all right, cool, they wouldn't have done nothing that crazy in front of them kids.
But I think, ain't that the whole argument? Because they did it in front of the kids? I mean, yeah,
but then some niggas were made respected. Were like, all right, they did it in front of the kids, but they didn't harm the kids.
You harmed them. You watching your parents and
I know, I get that, but something though, if you don't watch none of them crazy documentaries, but there's people out here who wouldn't have gave a fuck about them kids and would have did that to them parents and would have did it to shit. Again, to go back to the shit in Sacramento, they shot up a birthday party. It's some niggas who don't give a fuck about no kids.
No, but I think you cause more trauma. I feel like you cause even more trauma by letting them live. Because you got to keep living. You know what I'm saying? They got to keep every time that day come around, you remembering that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess that's true. I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all got a favorite Christmas movie? Or y'all kind of don't care for them?
I feel like Home Alone, first one.
Next Friday.
Yeah, next Friday ain't it. Fuck it up. I mean, you know how racist the world is. Next Friday ain't in this conversation. But real quick, I
never understood. It's Christmas as it can get.
What, next Friday?
Yeah. I mean,
no, for sure. No. I get what you're saying, but when people think, I guess when people think of Christmas movies, it gotta kind of have like that fucking almost like
family
fairy tale shit to it. No, I'm with. Listen, what I'm saying.
Lost their rent money. They had family. It was Christmas time. They had.
But listen to what I'm saying. The crazy thing is they got a fucking Batman movie on here, and I don't know how the hell a Batman movie make the Christmas list. Batman Return. They said this is a Christmas movie, so they rank in top 10 most. I guess most money made off a Christmas movie. Number one is
maybe it might have come out Christmas Day. Maybe that's why.
No, this is all the rest of these are straight Christmas movies, I guess. Yeah, because Polar Express, all the rest of these Jones. They say, how the fuck is Die Hard 2 a Christmas movie?
That one, it did.
It happened at Christmas time. That's kind of like next Friday then.
Yeah, that's why. Maybe, but this is off of just money anyway. So it's the Grinch is 538 million. Home Alone is 476 million. Home Alone 2 is 358. What is this? The Grinch that stole Christmas. What is this? Two different Grinches? I guess one looked like it's a cartoon, and then one looked like the anime jump. So 345 million. Christmas Corridor, I don't know what that is. That's 325. Made 325. Polar Express 315. Batman Returns 266. Love Actually, like, yeah, some get it. Like, yeah, this was 245. Die Hard 2 240, and Elf 225. Yeah, shout out to Home Alone, because you got to think about how long ago that came out. So for it to even that type of bread, and that shit came out in the 90s, is kind of crazy.
Is this that Batman Return? This the one with the penguin and all them in it? It might.
I don't know how the hell that considered as a Christmas movie though. That's even with the Die Hard 2. I mean, I guess if you consider Die Hard 2 a Christmas movie, I feel like you got to consider Next Friday a Christmas movie as well. Because even the cover of Next Friday, at least they got Christmas shit on.
Everything in it was Christmas.
Yeah,
That's why I say, shit, the Santa Claus stole the money. That's why I want.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm about to play this lady, but I had a homegirl of mine Googled it for me and said she is a real person. But maybe just because her face be beat so fucking clean, and maybe she got a filter on. I was like, is this woman real or is she fucking AI? Because her videos just be looking too perfect. I'm like, bro, this gotta be AI.
People talk about poverty in the Black community. It always turns into a conversation about fatherless homes or broken families. Yeah, that wasn't on accident. That came straight out of a government report in 1965. written by a white man named Daniel Patrick Moynihan, and it changed how this country talked about us forever. Moynihan was working for the Department of Labor when he dropped this report. It was called The Negro Family, The Case for National Action, and it sounded like concern. It sounded like he wanted to help. But what he really did was develop a whole new way to blame us for what America did. He said the reason that Black people were struggling wasn't racism. It wasn't discrimination, it wasn't redlining. It wasn't underfunded schools or stolen wealth. He said it was our families, specifically Black women heading households. He said that Black poverty came from a tangle of pathology, like we were defective, like being poor was a moral issue, not a structural one. And that report made it all the way to Lyndon B. Johnson. It was used to justify cutting welfare programs, underfunding housing, and pushing the idea that if we just fixed the family, we could fix poverty. That's where the whole welfare queen myth came from. That's where Reagan got his talking points. That's where the whole personal responsibility narrative started. The same ones politicians still use to gaslight poor and working class people today. The Moynihan report didn't just get read, it got weaponized. Black leaders tried to stop it. James Baldwin called it out. The Urban League called it out. The NAACP called it out. But the government and the media loved it because it gave them language that sounded intellectual but still managed to blame us for everything. And that's why now, even decades later, you'll hear people, Black and white, repeating his logic without realizing where it came from. The problem in our community is the home. The fathers need to come back. Nah, the problem is a system that broke our homes and then told the world that we were broken. By the 1980s, Reagan used that same framing to justify cutting social programs. By the 90s, Clinton used it to push welfare reform. By the 2000s, it turned into sound bites about family values. So when you hear people talk about single mothers, crime, or welfare, like it's all about choice and not circumstance, that's Moynihan's ghost talking. A white man's report written in 1965 that convinced America that our biggest problem wasn't oppression, it was us. The Moynihan report wasn't just a study, it was a setup. It rewired how this country talks about race and responsibility. It told America it didn't have to fix the systems, it just needed to fix us. And that's the lie.
Shout out to her. Like I said, again, I ain't gonna lie to you. I realistically, honestly thought her videos, I thought this was I literally thought she was fake. Yes, we can go Kaya Reed and Nicki Minaj for Filth, and I can get out of here. It's just the holidays. I feel like motherfuckers really. Yeah, that's it. Let me go Kaya and we can get out of here.
And Mega and the white folks and Charlie Kirk wife and all this coming up and carrying on. What the fuck you got going on, Nikki? If you don't get your ass back to Trinidad, you bet. I guess you had to pretend to be Donald Duck's friend so he wouldn't send your immigrant ass back over there to Trinidad because you know you ain't no U.S. citizen. Anyway, we the people want Kenneth Petty pussy snatching ass on the docket. No, I said not now. You know what, Gag Nation, for telling, for not telling Gag, or we the people want your husband on the docket, Nick Van Dyke, for not telling you to sit the fuck down, Gag Order, and for failing as a man and as a husband. I'm a group of the people on that because you was out of order. This is the case of if you don't get your crazy deranged ass wife, Kenneth Petty, Kenneth snatch bitches by the pussy Petty, you better. Let's talk about the order. We the people versus Kenneth Petty. Kenneth, grope a hoe, use a hoe, because you ain't got shit but convictions. Petty, your broke pussy grabbing, no money having ass is being charged with habitual drugging of a delusional fat non-rapping ass bitch who hates herself and all the choices she's made in her fucking life, leaving an endangered toddler.
Hey, Mo, the crazy thing is that I have never thought I would see this many people flipping on Nicki Minaj, which I'm full support of. I ain't mad at. They started a petition, and I want to say that Joe had I think 140,000 people's signature already to get Nicki Minaj deported. I ain't gonna lie to you. I never thought I would see the day of that one. So again, like I said, man, we live in crazy times. The devil is. Let me see.
Baby, I love you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. And I couldn't think of a better time than to do it in front of our family. So, will you marry me?
I ain't gonna lie to you. That probably, like, if I was I'm not a woman, but if I was a woman, if I was to propose to a man, I'm never doing that shit in front of my family. Like, I'm not gonna disrespect my family like that.
You know, I don't know. They were just like,
like it's just some shit I'm just not gonna do. Oh, matter of fact, before we got here, let me play this one real quick. Oh my god, this is to all my. Listen, I'm saying. I should have played this earlier when we was talking about the clip of just sometimes when shit just become too easy. As a man, you got to have a little bit better. I don't even necessarily know how you can have better discernment. Sometimes some women just out here on shiesty shit. So I mean, I don't know if you can realistically have better discernment on this one, but yeah.
They were running back and forth in my front yard, trying to figure out how they could penetrate or try to make the arrangements to get inside my house.
Arthur Jones describes the moment as terrifying when several guys tried to break into his home.
I had invited a lady friend to come to my residence and spend some time with me, and we would listen to music, watching videos, and having a few drinks.
But he says that woman and another were plotting to rob him the whole time. Watch as the women go in and out of the home over and over. Then at least 3 men arrive at the door. One woman walks out. She then tells them to go away.
I was getting alerts from my phone that they were going down my door, and I realized that they was trying to rob me.
The 2 women were arrested, but the men are still on the run.
The subjects had fled prior to the officers' arrival, and they canvassed the area and were able to locate 2 females that were involved, and they arrested them. They are not cooperating.
Again, like I said, I don't necessarily know. I mean, of course, because you never know what somebody's real intentions is if you inviting somebody over your house. But I would definitely tell people, especially for men, you got to be very careful on like some. I guess it's hard to even really be able to tell unless you just really paying attention to like the type of shit a woman be posting on social media. But a bitch who play like the hood shit a little too much, she constantly going to like somebody's funeral and posting all these rest in peace Jones. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. If I'm a nigga, I'm not inviting that type of Jones. Like that's a bitch you better take to the hotel and that's it. Like you know, you can't just be sitting here inviting everybody to your house, or you can't even just be spending the night over everybody's house. You gotta be very careful with that because I mean people out here playing a different type of game, and then it's like. I don't even know how they don't say how he got away or how these people didn't get into his house. Maybe he called the police super fast, but that shit kind of just gets super tricky with that one. What was this? Hold on.
Police, you look suspicious.
You mean I look black?
Maybe.
Racist neighbor calls 911 on a black man moving in. He's the Boston police chief. She thought she was protecting the neighborhood, but what she really protected was her own prejudice. So when she saw a black man using a key to open the door next to hers, she didn't ask a question, didn't pause, didn't consider context. She simply decided he didn't look like he belonged and assumed he was breaking in. He was Boston's newly appointed police chief, Marcus Thompson. And once the footage spread across social media, her life collapsed almost instantly. She was fired by her employer. Her landlord terminated her lease. She was sued by Chief Thompson for defamation, and a court ordered her to pay $120,000 in damages.
Contrary to popular belief, we don't think about y'all.
No, you know how sick I would have been?
Fucked around and found out the hard way. God.
Yeah, nigga, I would be sick as shit. I know she was sick because you got to think about you sit here.
Business.
No, that's a police officer though. Like, think about you trying to be racist. Like, you could get racist shit off because people do that all the time. Like, it's a black dude who do the videos, the reverse on white people. He be asking them like, I don't know if y'all seen that his videos be going viral. He be like, hey, do you belong in this building? You live here? Hey, like, this a black dude who be doing this to white people, and that white people be so appalled that he be asking them shit like that or asking them for their ID or what room. Like, man, it'd be funny. But again, for her to just do that to a police officer and then you come to find out that this nigga was a police officer, I know she was sick to her stomach because in her mind, she probably thought she was like getting her shit off, doing some little slick, little racist shit, and then end up finding out like this nigga a police chief. Like, it's fucking crazy, dog. Because nobody who gonna want to be attached to that? Like nobody gonna want their fucking name attached to you. Nobody gonna want to sit here. And hell no, dog. Again, like I said, man, like, share, and subscribe each and every Tuesday. Hopefully by the time you hear this will be the new year, 2026. Happy New Year. And hopefully all y'all come into the new year with just a new thought pattern and whatever new habits you're willing to bring for yourself, or whatever your New Year's goals is. I hope you hold yourself to them. And I'm not gonna never be one of those people who sit here and complain about people going to the gym. If you are somebody who already been going to the gym, just figure out different hours. Like if you got the ability, I'm gonna tell you the times to go to the gym. If you can go after 11, we talking about morning shit. If you go from like anywhere between 11 a.m. to like 3 p.m., you're going to be cool. The gym won't be crowded. Or if you wait until after 7. Anytime before that, because you're going to have that super early morning people who going to try to wake up early. Like, shout out to all of y'all. That 5 a.m. shit, I take my hat off. And I ain't never in my life trying that. Y'all can kiss my black ass. I'm going to be asleep. I don't give a fuck how early I go to sleep. Waking up before 5 a.m. to go to the gym is absolutely fucking insane. But it's going to be those people who going to be doing that off the early. And then it's going to be people that rush hour is going to be the time those are the people who are going to super complain. That window from like 3:30 to 7:30, that gym will be jam-packed, at least until Valentine's Day. By the time Valentine's Day over, y'all will be a little bit cool. But like I said, like, share, and subscribe each and every Tuesday. We'll be right back here. Bought Your Podcast. Like, share, tell another friend to tell another friend. That's what I would ask y'all for the new year, 2026. Please share this podcast each and every week with somebody. Thank you. Again, Happy New Year.